Okay. So, last time we met our four lovely adventurers here. Zazel, a fighter who lives in the upper crust of society, trained, sent to military school, graduated, and then proceeded to do nothing.
Hey, I fight in the pits, and I'm about to go pro, alright?
He's going pro any day now.
Yeah, this is my moment, and then some little bastard cut me up with a sickle, so you know.
Yeah, he's gonna get his debut any day now. It's coming soon. We're sure of it.
I mean, to be fair, they were quick links. They fuck people up.
It's true. And we met young Flora, a young gnomish child who appears to live on her own on some source of currency. And she's a little one.
Quite the tiny one.
And we have Gray, a bartender, a night owl, not the chattiest, who lives outside of the city within the walls of the orchards.
Yep.
And Glam, a shape-shifting gambler, charlatan, lover of fine clothing extraordinaire.
It has been a while. How are you doing? I killed somebody. Maybe not like this.
My favorite thing about Glam is he's gotten more French by the minute.
He has gotten very French.
And that's, honestly, I think it's the best. I wouldn't have asked for anything better for him. And the four of these folks, initially, you know, each had their own small task to complete during the day. For Flora, it was just to kind of do as a child would. Explore, buy a couple of things, get some snacks, avoid vegetables at all costs.
At all costs.
Zazel was preparing for the evening's bout, going out, starting the day, gotta get that protein shake from his favorite bar, all the way across the city, down several levels, at the Shady Grove Inn. Glam was tasked on his day off to just complete a small thing and go and restock some of the beer at the bar where he works. Also provided from the Shaded Grove Inn. And Gray just needed to go get some supplies in preparation for the week to come. After a mild encounter with some guards on inspection duty, checking everything out, making sure everyone's licenses were in order, making sure that no illicit magic was to be found anywhere, they made their way back to the city with Gray not in tow, just to, you know, complete the tasks they needed to complete. Unfortunately, they found those same guards accosted moments later out in the orchards, in a panic, finding two dead and one close to it, ran back to the inn seeking help when they were assaulted. After fighting off these strange creatures of the small variety, they find themselves here. Just outside of this combat, here at the Shady Grove Inn.
I'm gonna go grab myself a pie.
I got a couple in the back.
Got it.
I must decompress and try and figure out what to do now. Holy shit!
Well, I'll tell you what you guys need to do now. You need to clean up this area, get rid of all evidence of magic. Let me go ahead and load up the bodies onto the cart. I will take them back in town on my own.
That would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, and also, you all need to go get registered for your magic. That is like, I don't really care. But like, if we're gonna hang out, I really don't want to have the law against us. You know what I'm saying?
That was not magic. This is my gun.
Gesture at all the darkness that was there.
Just my
the dark
gun.
suit that is everywhere.
Gray's already wandered inside to go grab some ale from the back to get for Glam.
Thank you, Gray. For all this, I almost forgot.
Oh, I do believe, so the cart had initially already been loaded with everything you needed, and you were bringing it back, using the help of Zazel, the cart horse, when you had run across these, guards out in the field.
Yes, there would probably be some blood on one or two of the barrels, 'cause I think we put the injured guard on top of the barrels. I'm not 100% on that.
Yes.
There's one there somewhere, so.
Yeah, so what we can go ahead and do, there's a little bit of blood on the barrel. I can't fix that, I don't have the magic for it. I'll just say I was alone and I found her, picked her up, and ran after taking these. How many were there? 3?
Yeah, there were 3. There were 2 of the very small, juddering, very, very quick, gray-skinned variety, and one who looked like, for lack of a better description, a feral garden gnome carrying a wicked sickle and wearing a pair of very thick-shod steel boots.
Now, I would say, you might want to keep an eye on the little one here. They look kind of similar.
That is racist. I will have you know.
Oh, no. I'm not like that at all, man. I'm just saying, like, maybe they're her family or something, you know, trying to get her kid back. I don't know what I would go through to get my cousins back if I ever had to.
Would you attack your own child? I do not think so.
Sweetie, are you hurt?
You don't look like that.
They didn't touch her.
No.
I'm just
sleeping.
Yep, they sure are, a little one. Here, I'm gonna give you my discus. How about you go throw that in the yard? See how far you can throw it. Go out towards the back.
Out of curiosity, is the one with the boots, is that body still here?
Yes, the bodies did not dissipate. They're still there.
Okay. How do the boots look?
I mean, they're well made. When you go to pick them up, each boot is like 4 or 5 pounds. They're very solid. The soles are made entirely of interlocking steel plates. And rather than being like a steel toe, it's almost like an interlocking steel top as well. So the whole top is kind of covered.
So for some step dancing, I'd like to take them.
So the problem with that is it's certainly too small for your foot.
I can fit.
Kind of looking it over, it looks like it would be maybe Flora's shoe size or just a smidge bigger.
I can make myself small.
Here, Lamb, I have for you.
Oh yeah. And so if you go back, so Eli had prepared earlier that day 2 pies. One he had already brought out that were apple, as well as there's another pie down there, and it's a mulled pear pie.
Lamb's eyes just literally. I hate to say it, but goes complete anime eyes. All right, we are going for the. Wait, what? Yes, yes. Yes, I want the pie. Stress eating, yes.
We love a good stress eat.
I'm gonna say that Gray is going to. There was a body inside there. Is gonna carry it out to put on the cart.
Valid.
And get it out of my tavern. And then I guess I'm gonna go and scrub some floors.
As you start and as you bring the body out, Eli walks over to you, Gray, and sort of just rests a hand on your shoulder. And it's a familiar gesture. It's something he's done many times before. And he just says, look, don't worry about anything in the tavern. I can handle all of this. As for the bodies, this is strange, to say the least. I would suggest that if you are going to go to the guard, there are options that are better than others to keep in mind. Not all guards were created equal, as you might imagine.
What's the one inside doing?
She is still just kind of like unconscious, but she's not like, she's completely stable and everything. She's just kind of like, at this point, mostly asleep.
Liam spent most of the time outside or in the doorway, so wasn't 100% sure how they were doing.
And as for this young lady, I was rather familiar with the other two. And while Ramsey, who you would know as that kind of weaselly fellow, was, well, a weasel. It's a good person, at least. Did right by us here. She's, I think she, newer addition to the group, but jury's out, friends. I don't know what to do there.
All right, time to load her up, and I'm gonna scoop her up. She's gotta go on the cart with the others, unfortunately.
Is it getting late in the day?
Yeah, it is, kind of closer to late afternoon. If you're picking her up, make, I guess, like a sleight of hand check. Assuming you're attempting to not wake her.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so sleight of hand, yeah.
Oh, natural 20. This fucking die, man.
All right.
I'm happy.
Yeah, it's with surprising gentleness, you see as Zazel very, very carefully reaches down and just finds a little spot right underneath where, the neck is resting above the ground, and scoots a hand under and just grabs by the legs and just very gently and softly slides her over the cart, and then like snake slithering, just pulls his hands back out from underneath as she's resting on the cart now.
So the way I have this set up is I have her on the cart itself. The only blood she'll be touching is her own. Her allies, unfortunately, I'm going to tie them up under the arms, and I'm going to have to drag them, because they're wearing plate armor, you said, right?
They weren't wearing plate. They were just kind of wearing like a standard, like a kind of male, just normal issue.
Okay. I would much rather her wake up not literally cuddling her dead comrade, so I'm still going to do that.
Fair enough.
That is not a good way to wake up.
Also, hi, Damick. Okay. Oh, goodness.
So that's what I'll be doing for the next moment until we get ready to go into the city. Well, until I get ready to go in the city. Right now, Zazel's still under the impression that he's going on his own.
I can at least go with you. I do need to get these barrels back to the group. Let it go.
I'm gonna be honest with you, friend. That might be a problem. There's guard blood on these barrels. Can you even serve that to people? I don't know what the rules are.
As long as the barrels are very tight, they shouldn't have any contamination.
Do you have like a spell that you can use or something? I saw you do magic. Don't lie to me.
Oh.
It is not, look, it is literally just something the gun can do. That is all. I promise you this. I don't know any magic. As if the whole face thing is just me.
If you like, you were very helpful back there.
So I had a
party
question
is
for
fun.
earlier. Flora, when you were offered Zazel's discus, did you actually take it to go throw it?
She's holding it.
Okay.
It's heavy. But then again, to your strength score, it's not that heavy.
How are you holding up, little one? I don't think I ever got your name.
My name is Flora.
It is very nice to meet you, Flora. I am called Jarrett.
Jared.
Didn't you guys, like, come here together?
She was in need of a big brother, per se, for some expenses. So I helped her out, and she helped me bring the cart to get the barrels.
Yeah, I walked into this weirdo bringing a kid into the forest, so I just kind of followed him.
He helped me buy fireworks.
You see my point, weirdo.
Also, I have brothers.
They flash and they bang. I like them.
I mean, I like them too. You did promise me, but like, I just want to make sure, little Flora, you said your name is. It's not every day you meet. It's not every day you meet a legend. I understand, sweetie, but I'll make sure you're safe.
Okay. Can we?
Look, all I need from you is to live and to keep winning, okay?
Oh, absolutely. You know that.
Can we please get the dead bodies out of here?
Yes, we can.
Yep, I'm dragging them along. Don't worry, they'll be fine.
Just every time the dead bodies are mentioned, Glenn, or Jarrett, as y'all know them right now, is just shiver some.
Worst case scenario, what are they gonna do? Die? As for the gnomes, or whatever the hell those were, those I'm not gonna be able to take care of those. I'm not taking those in town.
Eli has a shovel. Nice. Oh, well.
Well, who's supposed to trees, eh?
Hopefully they fertilize.
But we need to prove that it wasn't us with the guards, right?
That's a good point, Gray. Listen, here. Young man, I don't know your name. I'm not gonna lie to you. Punchy Kid.
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah.
No, you know me. I'm the arenas. You know,
I don't know you.
Up and coming. You know.
No.
You've got to go in town more, my friend.
I'm pretty comfortable where I am. Thank you, though. When you say you're going to the guard, where do you plan on going?
Well, she needs help, so first thing I'm gonna do is take her to the church, someone that's able to care for her, you know? But as for these two, I need to take them to the city guard. I'll probably go straight up to their headquarters.
Zazel, just as a note, perhaps if we want to keep this a little bit on the down low, I've got a friend in one of the churches who might be able to help with her at least.
I'll be honest with you, she's kind of making this a very, very hard problem to solve. These two guys disappearing, that's not a problem, but her still being alive, I don't want her dead. But I'm just saying it'd be easier.
All right, well...
She didn't, she wasn't awake or anything, so...
No, as I said, I've got a friend in one of the churches who might be able to help.
That's an option.
Okay.
Also, if you intend to go to the guard, I wouldn't necessarily head to headquarters, but back prior to the tavern, when I was in the guard myself, I was underneath a man named Rynn. And I believe he's on the South Wall barracks now, but he can be trusted, and he'll probably help you out. Just let him know I'm coming. In fact, I can write you a note if you want. Or, I sent you, not that I'm coming.
You were in the guards. I mean, that makes sense. You had the equipment. Why would they even come check this place if they trusted you?
Standard procedure. Gotta do it. I mean, you saw the big guy in the sky, right?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Look, I totally agree, and do not worry about that, but seriously, they mentioned they were going to be doing lots of inspections this week.
Yeah, to this young man's point, with the Emperor coming here Friday, the less of a stir that can be made, probably the better.
See, the thing is, though, maybe if they weren't checking taverns and they had people actually patrolling these woods, they would have caught these quicklings, I think you said they were. Maybe they would have caught them coming in, and they wouldn't have 2 dead guys. That's all I'm saying.
Far be it from me to criticize what they do. I run a tavern now.
Well, I'm glad, Eli, that we were able to keep you alive, my friend. I'll be back here. I mean, I'm always here, so you know I'll be back.
Yeah. I guess, good luck with your bout.
Did he fall asleep again?
What?
Zazel's
What?
gonna, like, tilt his head.
Huh?
Oh, I thought you fell asleep again.
What?
You need some sleep, my friend. When's the last time you slept?
Yesterday.
Early to bed, early to rise.
I work early in the mornings.
He has a night shift. It is a hard shift.
That is not healthy for your body, my friend.
It's fine. Thank you for your concern. I would actually really like to go to bed now. So I think I'm gonna go do that.
All right, you go get yourself some sleep. But if you want to get your schedule in line and you want to get yourself, because you're a big boy, you could do some damage in the ring. Just let me know. I'll train you up.
Big giggle.
Yep. And Gray's gonna turn and go inside after dragging out the little creature's bodies because Eli said he was gonna take care of it, and he's gonna go upstairs. And he's going to go the fuck to sleep because he's running close to probably 23 hours now of being awake.
May I try following?
Still get some sleep. You look
Gray's
like
gone.
Flora, are you trying to quietly follow, or are you just following?
Just like, when like a little kid just follows along, like, I'm going with you too, but they don't say they're following you,
Can it be like you're trying to grab like either Glam's hand or Zazel's, and they just keep slapping it just silently?
No, I'm gonna follow Gray.
I mean, make a stealth check, not necessarily to hide yourself, but to see sort of the amount of noise we're making.
Oh.
Oh Lord, are we going to need this child leash?
Listen, I only got so much rope, and I gotta tie these 2 guys up, so...
It's a 6.
6.
Oh, look, there she goes. She just threw my discus at a bird. Yep.
I mean, I guess, Gray, I'll leave that to you whether or not how much you're noticing. I mean, it sounds like maybe the creaking stairs behind you, somebody's stepping on the ones that you know to typically avoid if you're not trying to make noise, but also you're largely asleep, so...
Did I roll for this? Let me roll for this.
Yeah. Go disadvantage.
I don't need disadvantage. I rolled a 2.
Yes.
Where did Zesha go?
I mean, with my perception, that's an 8.
It still beats my 6.
But I can also roll at disadvantage. Hold on. You said disadvantage.
I mean, to be fair, even at a nat 1, it sounds like you'd still beat.
Yeah,
I'm very perceptive.
A nat 1, you still notice.
That's true. If you do not play by the new rules, nat 1s are not auto fails.
Wait, what?
Yeah, in the new rules, they tried to make it to where nat 1 is an auto fail and nat 20 is an auto success no matter what the check is.
I've always kind of operated under that concept.
I was gonna say, we kind of operated like that anyway.
It kind of works out to that way. I'm not a huge fan of it because as a DM, if someone goes, I'm going to try and tell the king to give me his throne, and they roll a nat 20, they're going to expect to do that.
Okay, I mean, so also I will tell y'all within reason, like, if you ask me to do something insane that's just not physically possible, and then you roll a 20, I'm still going to just tell you no. We'll figure you did something impressive, but you didn't, convince the king to give you his throne. The king's not just going to be like, okay, the kingdom belongs to you now.
Exactly. That's the way I kind of always rolled as well. It's like, okay, well, the king is amused. Instead of beheading you, they're going to send you on. They're going to hire you.
Well, I'm going to look over at this small child.
Where has this small child go?
And go, so, you were definitely, shouldn't you be with the other people?
I was following. I thought we were gonna take a nap.
Oh. Yup. That's what I was. Okay.
I'm quite warm.
Gray is going to lead her to not Gray's room. and like usher her into it, and then quickly shut the door and quickly run to his own room. And shut the door and possibly lock it.
Wise choice. Very well done, I do say. You get an applause.
Flora, are you actually just laying down to take a nap?
I'm gonna rewind her clockwork dolls and just mumble to them about everything that happened.
I'm not getting this
Alright.
child.
And of course, we're just out here like, where does he go?
Dude, she walked in. She followed Gray. Up the stairs. You didn't hear that? She was definitely not quiet. She hit every single spoke on the way up the stairs with her hand.
Glam's just like, I heard the clashing and banging, but I just thought that was Eli back there.
Nah, man, that was definitely a kid. Running their hand up the stairs.
You look over and Eli's standing outside to the side of the tavern, shovel still in hand.
Alright.
I'm digging a hole.
Why is he Scruffy from Futurama? I love
Oh
him.
no, Eli is scruffy.
He's also tired, but for different reasons.
Oh, buddy.
I mean, he has to deal with Glam / Jarrett showing up and being this.
I think it's more just...
And Dazel as well.
Alright, Glam, here's the thing. She needs help as soon as possible. I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling her. You go get the kid and bring her back, okay? You can catch me on the road. You're gonna be faster than me.
Look, all I can say is once we get to the city, I will take care of where she can go, and then you can take care of where's the
Look, these corpses are not getting any more dead, so I will make sure that she's safe.
No, I am saying I know somewhere she can get healed. You can take care of letting the I did not catch his name. What's his name? Tom knows that his people are having some issues.
Right, yeah, we'll go drop her off first. That's priority. And then we'll separate from there.
Yeah, you would know that your time to have checked in would have already kind of come and gone.
Plus, like, it was a loser anyway, so, like, you wouldn't have won much on me. That guy's a notorious drunk. Would have been an easy fight.
I've seen some very powerful drunks, but that is okay. Alright, let's get this body, let's get the corpses out of here before they start to stink up the place.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And I'm going to take the straps. I'm going to start walking down the road. At a pace that I know they can catch up to me.
Flora! Where have you gone, Flora? Goes in searching for Flora. Doesn't really know how to handle kids, so... like, jingling the last of their gold and silver in their pouch.
You're calling a cat.
Basically.
See, that would work with normal me.
Hello? Flora! We have to go.
Can I hear that from upstairs?
We have to sit. Gray, rest up.
It's not necessarily like the biggest tavern in the world, so if somebody's yelling from downstairs, you'd be able to hear it. Yeah.
Ray is throwing the pillow over his head and trying to cover his ears.
Flora will go downstairs and walk up to Lamb and just
Where are we going?
we're gonna go take care of this god that had some issues, and then Zazel is going to take care of the other two. Do you want to go? Do you want me to take you home? What is your home anyway?
And I don't remember the name, but she'll say the name of the place where she stays.
Okay, the Fluttering Daisy is up, and it's up on the edge of the market ward, and you would know it is not a shitty place at all. It is actually a relatively well-established, like pretty comfortable and cozy tavern.
It's a pretty name.
Like Jared is trying to, like, be like, go has a much better place.
I don't want to go home yet.
I know, but it's getting late. I would honestly prefer to go out and do some things myself, but I am very, very late. Gura is going to rip me a no one and probably make me work as late as Gray does to make up for this.
I could stay here. Oh, there was a room already.
You would probably have to take that up with Eli of all people.
And to that end, he's like, well, offer stands, pie or dinner on us tonight. As I stated before, you're welcome to come back. Honestly, I appreciate anyone looking out for Gray. And if you need a room, just say so. We don't make a ton of use of them anyway, so.
At the word pie, you just see like the biggest face. Because it's not dinner, it's pie or dinner. So she nods and then looks at Glam and is like,
I'm gonna stay here.
Okay, I really want to stay myself, but fuck. I was going to kick my ass. Alright, you'll take care of yourself. I don't know if I will see you again, but at the very least, it was very nice to meet you and to act as your big brother for a little bit.
Okay.
and she'll give him, before you go, she's gonna reach into her little bag and give you one of the cookies she was gifted.
Aw.
That thought I was Glam. Jared was technically about to also hand you the dice set that he was carrying on them.
She'll take it.
So I have a cookie that Jared is going to anime girl have in the mouth while walking.
It's not toast, it's a cookie.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my god.
It's better.
Yeah, and as you were leaving, Eli goes, and don't let Gur give you a hard time. Just, like I said, let her know that you were with me. We, have a history. So, should be forgiven.
I appreciate it. You never know what to expect with that woman.
Don't I know it? Alright, so the two of you are heading back then? Are you returning to being a cart horse, Zazel?
Oh, I'm already down the road.
Yeah, I'm having to catch up.
Oh, okay.
Doing the whole at this point, might as well do the anime girl run and everything.
I could have definitely pulled away and definitely lost them. They wouldn't have saw me for hours, but I decided to hold back.
Give me enough time for a short rest and I can catch you.
I'm proficient in hide. No, you would not.
I am proficient in hex. Yes, again.
Goodness gracious. So yeah, it is, it's getting on towards later afternoon. Sun is still up, and this time of year you've probably got another 3-4 hours of daylight, but it's right around this time that typically, the folks blessed enough to take a short work day would be getting close to wrapping up. Your market
So how
stalls
many
might be.
hours is Gray gonna get to sleep before his shift starts again?
Gray would have 4 hours or so, 4 or 5 hours.
Okay.
That's a normal night for me.
Same.
Like,
Real
honestly,
life
I
me.
feel like Eli would probably try and let you sleep in at this point.
Tonight on D&D, we learned that my players need some more sleep.
Yep.
Look, the whole fantasy
Sleep when
part
I'm
of,
dead.
of Dungeons and Dragons is the actual 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah, a long
Yeah.
rest is actually more fantastical than dragons.
I'll say the question is, Ratchet, does the DM also need more sleep?
I mean, the DM does need more sleep, but that's because I'm
Yeah.
a straight-up Disney princess. I need like 8.5 hours or more. I worry about all of you. Please get some sleep.
I'm getting more sleep now.
You're all getting melatonin for Christmas.
That's what it is. We're just gonna get melatonin with the symbols embroidered on them.
Yes.
Yes.
You guys are headed where specifically?
First we're gonna do is go. I'm waiting for Glam to catch up so we can go to the hospital they were talking about, or the clergyman they were talking about. So I'm not sure how this city works. Do they have hospitals? Do they have just like temples? How do they heal the sick and the injured?
No, they definitely. So, in the undercity areas and down in sort of like the poor wards, typically people rely on just like a local chapter of the Church of the Sun. In the upper wards, there are like more. There are privatized medical practices you can go to, as well as some of the wealthier folks can call on, medical professionals who will come and make house calls, or even, like senior clerics who can handle more serious issues.
Okay.
But also, Zazel, make an athletics check for me if you don't mind.
Of course. Athletics it is. Oh my god, these dice! I'm not shitting you, I just rolled a 19 after rolling a 20.
All right.
That is a total of 22.
So, no trouble at all. You provide a nice, smooth walk back to the city. Even pulling the cart, no trouble at all. Carefully kind of navigating bumps and what have you, so everything is in pretty solid shape.
The whole time I'm talking about how I did it. You see, the thing is, you don't need to be strong to be able to pull a cart. You have to just get it going. Once you get it going, it's all about maintaining your momentum and your stamina. And that's all I'm talking about the entire time we're there. So Glam is probably fucking sick of me.
By that point, Glam is, while they're walking with you, probably doing some more just flares with the cards. In a way, act like they are paying attention while also doing anything else but talking to you.
So by the time we end up seeing the city walls, where's the kid? We're just supposed to bring them with us?
She was offered a place to stay for the night by Eli.
I'm worried for that kid. I don't know what I would do without my mom.
No, trust me, I understand. I'm going to level with you here. I do not remember my parents. I remember something bad happened to them, but I don't remember. I don't remember what.
Sorry to hear that. My dad was I don't know who he was. He's a piece of shit. He left when I was young. Never got to meet him. Grew up poor because of that.
I am sorry to hear that. I have a father figure, but he is odd to say the least.
I was blessed to have both a father and a mother figure in the same person, so I turned out all right.
Yeah, no. Honestly, once you get past the blustering at times, you are a decent person. Far better than I honestly thought you were when I just watched you in the ring.
You gotta have the stage presence. If you don't, that's when it goes bad.
Oh, I know. Shay likes to tell me about that all the time. You have to You have to be in the spotlight. Make sure that they want to see you, want to know you, and then you can take them for everything they have.
You want to know my real dream? This is silly. I want to fight an owlbear. I told you it's silly, but I want to go on an adventure, and I want to punch an owlbear in the face. I want to be the guy that fought an owlbear and lived.
But I know what an owlbear is. Because I don't believe.
Make a nature check for me.
Because I was going to say I have never left the city at all. I have run around in the Undercity, but I don't think I've ever seen those things. A nature check, you say?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Let's
Almost
go.
a natural 20. It's a 10.
Okay, I mean, so I would imagine, at least tangentially, just having worked in the taverns and kind of existing in the city as you have, you've heard of them before. Not having seen one, maybe just kind of like maybe like hand-drawn renditions. But it's something that's relatively on the more uncommon side for sure.
Okay, so it's a bear with the owl head. Ooh, that definitely sounds like a very interesting fight, to be sure.
Yep, that's the one. They freaked me the fuck out as a kid, so I want to punch one. I don't know, I just want to be an adventurer. I don't really want to do the whole circuit thing. It's just, you gotta pay the bills, you know?
Oh no, trust me, I understand. If not for old girl, I probably would be out on the Swiss streets. He has helped me out a lot, but he wants me to grow up a bit more, I guess is the term he used.
Well, with the talents you got, honestly, I wouldn't be wasting them in a tavern.
Around this time, as you're approaching the city walls, the city walls themselves, at least the inner walls, are also typically guarded, but usually the guards there are very lax. You know, they're just kind of there to nod, wave, offer the basest of inspections if needed.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
And Zazel, you know, being tangentially connected, you know, knowing what you do and who you do, it does strike you.
Who you do? Oh my.
Yeah, and who you do, definitely.
Everybody.
You notice that there is a distinctive difference. Whereas normally there'd be a pair, there's 2 additional guards at the gate as you're approaching it. And both of them are quite a bit larger than what you would normally be expecting.
Oh my.
If I notice this from afar, hey buddy, you're gonna need to take about 6 paces back. Act like you don't know me.
I mean, to be fair, I have only met you today, for real, so...
If this goes bad, I got people who can get me out. I don't think I can say the same about you. So just take about 6 paces back, and then we'll meet up once we get inside.
I can find my way around if I need to.
With that, I'm gonna pull forward just a little bit, and then once Glam's far enough away, I'll wave down the guards. Try to get him to come towards my way.
While he's basically distracting them, I'd like to find a place to kind of get behind a wall or tree or something. And I'm going to turn into Flora.
All right. So you see one of the 2 normal-looking guards kind of stepped up like they were going to head your way, and then one of the larger figures reaches down, and looking as you get a little closer, these guys are closer to like 7.5 feet tall, reaches down and sets a hand and heads over themselves. And they don't carry a weapon on them, but as they approach, you see they are decked very, very heavily in thick, overlapping, sharpened plates for armor, with a pair of very, very viciously reinforced gauntlets. And the tops of the gauntlets, where like the back of your hand would be, are absolutely bladed and pointed. And they walk over and they're like,
Yeah, we needed to talk about this. I'm going to gesture to my wounds that I still have because I'm not at full health. These folks were jumped in the forest. I just want to make sure you know what happened here. I need to get these over to the guard post, and I need to get this one over to a healer. She's still alive thanks to me.
Jumped how?
There's these little small folk, about knee-high, carrying sickles. One of them had a red cap on with real heavy boots. I managed to be able to knock the 3 of them out before I started coming over this way.
Interesting. And, Morty, make a stealth check for me.
That's a 5.
All right. And he raises his voice and he's like, "And
wait,
who
because-
took a step back and walked into the trees?"
Quick question. Because I'm proficient in stealth and I am assisting him by distracting, does he get advantage?
Yeah, go for it.
Please roll better.
For the love of God.
For the love of God.
Okay, that's a 19.
There we go. Woo!
Yeah, so he, voice still raised, "And you who walked into the trees, present yourself."
That's a heck of a perception check.
Look, man, he had nothing to do with it. I caught him on the road.
That may be, but for
Well,
diligence, and in the name of his holy emperor, security is raised. And
one
so we're
second.
checking.
1 second, I am so sorry. I had to take a whiz. Changes back to Jared because obviously it was seen. I am so sorry. Tying up the pants. It has been a long day, and it was a long trip back here.
Noted. Actually, Zazel, you wouldn't even need to roll for this. You do recognize now that this being is standing in front of you. This is what you would assume is a member of the Steel Shod.
Oh, hey, did we go to basic with each other? I'm going to show him any papers or anything that I would have that would be military based. Man, I'm glad you know what, their Steel Shods always look for boys like you. I'm just a little too, on the short side, but, I made my way in the ring,
You are 50 years or more too young to have even begun to have stood where I stood.
Oh, well, you look great. I'll be honest with you. You've aged fantastically.
He's got a full helmet on. You can see black skin and a pair of deep forest green eyes underneath. That's the extent of his face that you can see.
I'm still saying it.
So I need to, 1, look everything over, and 2, you, do you have licenses?
Yeah, mine's right here. And I'll pull up the pendant that I have.
I do not. I have no magic. I am so sorry.
Okay, Gleb, do you keep magic items on you?
The only thing I have would be my cloak of many fashions.
Okay. Because as he's saying this, you see his eyes flicker very briefly, and he kind of combs over everything. It's like, okay, well, that's an order. And he starts kind of casually reaching and lifting the barrels one by one, kind of giving them like a sniff.
Hey, can you be a little more gentle, guy? I don't want to wake her up. I'm going to gesture to the woman that's on the barrels.
And why would we not want to wake her?
Gesture to the 2 corpses that are tied to the back of the cart.
Because she was attacked just like these people. The only difference is she managed to live.
She needs medical attention, badly. I did some field dressing the best I could, and I'll show him everything that I've done. But if she doesn't get attention, I don't know if she'll wake up.
Okay, well, good to know. Now, your first stop then is where?
Well, like I said, I ran into this fine gentleman here. He told me that he knows a perfect healer that's going to be able to help her out. We're going there first.
We're going to get her to a healer, and then he will take care of the other half of it. This healer is a good friend of mine. I know they have helped out some of my friends before.
And is this healer affiliated with one of the cathedrals within the city?
I mean, as far as I am aware, she has always been a very good priest of. Oh Lord, I'm above game. My brain has just decided to short circuit on the name of the god.
Well, she would be a priest of the sun god, I would assume.
The aspects of the sun god, yes.
Yeah, soulless.
Sir, I assure you, if she is not up to code, I will make sure I take her over to Miriam herself. And that's pretty decently well named. Backstory, that is Azazel. That is Azazel's mom. She is a cleric. She's able to handle it. She is associated with it. She'd be well known around the barracks.
Okay, good to know.
I don't want her involved if she doesn't need to be. She's a very busy woman, but just in case, I will take her there.
Good to know. Make a persuasion check for me.
Which one of us?
Either you both roll or one of you with persuasion. Doesn't matter to me. Or one of
I'm
you
gonna
with
get that
advantage, rather.
Straight over to Glam. You have fun, my friend.
So you are helping me?
Sure.
All right. Roll with advantage. That will be a 19.
Okay, well, see to it that you head straight there.
Absolutely.
As for these, and he gestures to the other two deceased guards, he's like, we will be taking them and seeing to it that their bodies are properly interred and investigated as needed. And did you guys have a body of one of the fake creatures, or?
Left that with Eli.
You sure did, yes.
Okay. Now, were there remains of these assailants?
I knocked him out. I don't know, I kind of just threw her on these barrels and left. Well, threw them on these barrels and left.
Yeah, I have never seen these things before. All I know is from what he told me, really.
Good to know. Okay. Well, make your way indoors, or into the walls.
Absolutely, and you'll have a wonderful evening. I am so sorry to have brought such horrible news to you.
And be aware, there's a curfew in force as of today. If you have business outside of the city, all gates close an hour after sundown.
Does that extend to people of the military?
It extends to everyone.
That is very kind of you to inform us of such a change in words. God damn it.
Common is not their native tongue. They told me that a while back. We appreciate it. We'll see you later. I had a fight tonight, but I'll probably skip it tonight and go tomorrow. So make sure you check me out. Put a bet on Zazel. You'll make some money, I promise.
Fights this evening are canceled.
Oh, really? Well, that's even better news for me.
That sounds serious.
We are ensuring security is where it needs to be.
That is good to know. Well, I hope you both have a very uneventful evening, because Lord knows it. Hearing about these horrible things that have been sneaking in, I do not want to be out at night.
I'll go ahead and cut the 2 loose or untie them, so that way they're able to stay. I'm not even gonna fight them on that. That's where they stay.
Yeah. And it's a little less ceremonious than the care you provided, as he just grabs both of the chain from their chain shirts with a hand and sort of lifts them to carry back.
Barrett's just gonna wave a hand in front of their face, like, oh my.
And he shifts his head back towards the other guards and gives them a nod. And the other quite large one steps aside, as do the 2 smaller guards. And they're definitely offering some deference, for sure, as they step away and let you pass through.
These guys are almost as big as Gur. Holy shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to tumble with them. That's why I kind of just let them have them.
Oh no, absolutely not. These are the type of people I usually run away from.
To be honest with you, I already knew how to do it. He's got weak knees. Take his knees out, he topples over.
As big as they are, the harder they fall, you say?
Similar, yeah, but as we get further away out of earshot, I knew he was not young.
He has very pretty eyes, so I will give him that.
Oh, absolutely, they're gorgeous. I'm glad he's a very nice gentleman. I didn't have to do that, but if I had to, that's exactly how I would have went. So, where's this friend of yours? Are they in the upper crest, lower crest? What are we talking?
They are more towards the lower crust, I am so sorry.
That's okay. I don't really want to get Miriam involved, so
We-
she give me another scolding.
Really? She scolds you?
Oh, absolutely.
Girl likes to scold me as if she was my mother.
Yeah. Well, that's because Miriam is my mother, but let's not get her involved. I just had to throw her name out there so they'd let us through.
Really appreciated on that. Okay, oh boy. Well, just making
Lead
sure.
the way, my friend.
I was going to say, making sure I know where we came in. I'll start heading towards where my friend is.
Yes.
I'm going to warn you, she is a little bit weird. She comes off as a little bit weird to people who have never met her before.
I've seen a lot of clerics in my day, so it's possible we've met.
Usually, this poor girl here is probably the best case scenario for her.
And as you step into the city, the atmosphere is a little more drawn than typically you would see this time of day. Whereas normally you would see, people out and about, finishing up their daily tasks, maybe, cleaning up outside of their homes, etc., packing up whatever market stalls they would have had out on little streets or street corners. It's definitely a much more drawn-in atmosphere. Doors are being shuttered early. The lamps that typically would be lit on the corners have already been lit for the night. And it's definitely a quieter atmosphere than you would expect.
Is there a few people still busking around the areas? This has definitely been a big change.
Are we good to leave all this booze right here, or is this going to disappear?
It should be fine. Nobody really likes to steal things when they're in front of a church like this.
All right, because I'm going to be honest, I lived like 3 blocks back, and it's pretty rough.
Yeah. Oh no, trust me, I understand. Right here, though. Toze, she is very good about a couple of things, and one of those is putting people in the ground.
All right, because if we don't do this right, Gur's going to put you in the ground.
It would not be the first time.
Oh. All right, well, yeah, lead me to her.
All right. Toze! Holy shit. Hey, it's your best friend, Glam. We have the problem, but not the problem you might think. I do not need your special services today.
What kind of place are you taking me to, man?
And as you head in, it is, and you've been in there are chapels to the sun, essentially 5 to 6 within every ring of the city, and they're common, but this one it's certainly a toned down establishment. It's just like a simply built wooden chapel, and carved into the wood on the walls, and then lovingly painted are various depictions of both the sun god and a few of the other members of the pantheon. The other major one depicted is Shala, who you know, Glam specifically, is the goddess of both life and death and simply the cycle in between. And so there's a depiction of her, just a sort of a staunch-faced woman holding an hourglass, kind of watching over things.
Is that the one? I'm going to point to the hourglass.
Glam's going to give a nice head tilt towards Shala. She does not like me. I have bounced back and forth a few too many times for her liking. Also, while we are inside temple, Glam is going to cut the charade and turn into their normal form, since that's what Tozen really knows them as.
All right. And as you're doing this, from the back of the chapel, you see seated in the pew as she stands up.
I will have, by the way, I'll have the guard in my arms. I'm assuming with the natural 20 before, you're not going to make me roll again, so.
Yeah, you're good.
Hazel. Hello. My name is in fact Glam Blair. I am, how you say, a bit of an oddity of myself.
Yeah, I noticed that when you kind of killed somebody and freaked out over there, so.
Yeah, I have seen people die in front of me, but I have never been someone who has done it myself, so it is a bit.
Yeah, no, don't worry. It was shocking the first time I did it too. Accident in the arena. It happens.
But yeah, so as you guys are headed in, this figure stands up from one of the pews in the front, and she's like maybe late 40s, black hair, just a little bit of like thinning gray, sort of starting at the roots, just a bit, maybe a little bit of salt trickling in, and she's kind of got stern eyes, just normal, kind of fair complexion. She's smiling, but the smile doesn't necessarily touch the eyes 100%.
I know that look, but it is not the Glam special today, okay? I have not gotten myself in any trouble.
That is the second time you mentioned the Glam special. What?
Okay, so
With a priest, my friend? With a priest?
Okay, so I am, how you say, not well liked by certain people. So occasionally I must go poof and change faces, so to say.
Yeah, and I sprout wings out of my back. So what?
No. What I am saying is, sometimes I get in trouble with, say, loan shark who doesn't like the fact that I took his money and ran. I gave it to somebody who much more needs it. So,
Oh, like a Robin-Hood. Yeah.
More, you can put it like that. So she has helped me a few times, a lot of times, by putting me in the ground, so to speak.
Okay, well, it's nice to meet you, ma'am. My name is Hazel. I'm sure you've heard of me. About to become in the major leagues in the pits. I ran into this young lady here and her crew. Unfortunately, her two compatriots didn't make it. Guards already know this is completely above board. I just need you to care for her, bring her back. That way she can be back at the guard station, okay?
Okay. Well, good evening. Presumptuous of you, Glam, to say that we are quite such best friends as you say. But it is good to see you nonetheless. Bring her here, please.
You know, I'm always good for it, my friend.
I'll go ahead and put her on one of the tables. As you can see, she took some major lacerations to the legs. She was attacked by some real pint-sized fighters. But damn, they're good with a bow and a sickle. Took a couple of arrows, I got those out, I got that staunched. I did the best I could on the field.
Yeah, a couple of those things were very hard to hit.
And I may have used a little bit of magic to try to stabilize her.
Alrighty. Okay. Was there any other forms of, besides just the cutting wounds? Anything else to know about?
Yeah, there was a black ichor in her wounds. I'm pretty sure it was a poison. I couldn't identify what type it was, though, and I think that's why she's still not awake.
Excellent, good to know. And so she sits beside her, kind of crosses her legs, and reaches down, rests a hand, and she mutters quietly for a moment, and just sort of, her hands glow slightly once. She's like, all right, that'll clear up that. And then she mutters a second time, and she's very quietly going about the process. And after another few moments, her hands once again glow with just like a soft white light. And a moment afterwards, the guard starts to stir, just a smidge. And you can see her just kind of shifting a little bit and like slowly trying to sit up.
You should probably take this. She does not know who I am.
I got this, friend. Don't worry about it. Hey. You alright? And I'm gonna try to look into the guard's eyes, try to get her to focus on me mainly.
And it takes a second. There's a couple of blinks, and as before, so this guard, she's fairly well covered. You know, she's kind of kept her hair like pulled back and with a hood up, and the face is kind of masked up as well. It's a guard uniform, but it's a guard uniform designed kind of to protect anonymity of it. Mm-hmm. But the eyes, they are like almost like a very bright crystalline blue, and at first they're kind of slow, and then very quickly just like snapping to alertness as they almost panic look at you. Where am I?
Hey, it's all right. It's all right. We got you. You're in a chapel right now. We have a priestess of the sun god with you.
Which chapel?
I didn't catch the name coming in. It was the closest one. What's the name of this chapel? I'm sorry.
It's just the chapel of the sun god. We are down in the lower ward.
It's lower, as she said. It's a lower ward of the chapel of the sun god. I didn't know if you'd make it if I brought you all the way back up to the barracks. My name is Zazel. I am part of the military school. You probably already know me, but
okay.
This is a tough time.
Honestly, this is a better case than most. I do appreciate the care for my life. My friends were not friends. The guards I was with, what has become of them? I'm gonna sigh a little bit and look down towards my own wounds and try to cover them up just a little bit. They didn't make it. I'm sorry. I found you alongside them on the ground. Had I not intervened, you might have perished with them. Understandable. I deeply appreciate that. And she goes to sort of stand and stretch a little bit, and you can tell she's still very much not steady or stable. And Toza sort of like, take it very easy. There was poison in your system, and a fair amount of it at that.
What is your name?
My name is... Written down in a notebook. Hold, please.
Damn, I thought I caught the DM off guard. Kinda did, almost.
My name is Shoal. Shoal. If you need to know.
Oh, I flipped the A and the L, or the A and the O. That's out of character.
Yes.
I was very proud of how close I was. Joel, I can guide you back up to the barracks.
Do not take me to the barracks. If you wouldn't mind, an escort would be appreciated, though. I should like to quietly recover at my family home, if you would not mind.
Of course. I have no plans. Mine have been kind of canceled for the evening, so where you need to go?
To the Upper Spire. My mother is Liana Corvey, and we have an estate up there where it would be appreciated to stay out of public eye for a few.
I completely understand, but we need to report this, that you are alive and recovering. Would you like me to care for that?
You need not worry about such things. Mother can take care of all of it. But I'm sure, should you see me there, we can offer you payment for even just the escort.
Yeah, that would be much appreciated. Would you be joining us, Glam?
Physically stops there, or like stiffens for a moment, because the whole point was for you to go and take care of that yourself. But would I have a chance to change back into Jared's form before she looks my way?
We'll say make a stealth check, and we'll see how effectively you had stepped out of the way.
Guessing straight roll.
Yeah.
Here we go. That's not too bad. 15.
15? Oh, well, the DC was exactly 15.
Ooh, meets it, baby.
Dang!
Yes, so yes, you had stepped away, so at this point you would have returned to, yes, your human form.
Gives a side eye to Toze, because part of their thing is Glam is not allowed to be in any form but their own in here.
And she nods. It's a circumstance she understands.
And as you notice, Zazel's visibly a little... He's usually very confident, but he's a little off kilter now.
Make a history check, Zazel specifically.
Yeah. Oh, first bad roll with this die. It is a 3, which my history is... Okay, it's a 4 altogether.
A 4? Okay. That's fine.
Not great.
But yes, the sooner the better. I should like some rest, and it would be easiest at home.
Yeah, you know what? It's fine. I can take you myself. We'll make it up there. Best champion in town, you know. I'll keep you safe.
You know what? Gil can wait just a little bit. I don't mind helping out. I know this has been a very troubling day, so I am more than willing to help out.
Well, I hope we don't need it, because you're right, it's been a very rough day. But yeah, let's head up there. I will gently help her off the table, because I am proficient in medicine. Don't want to make sure she hyperextends or anything like that. So. Yep,
and she needs just like a little steadying to get fully standing. She's capable of standing on her own, if a little unsteady.
Glam's gonna go and put another arm under her other, or put a shoulder under her other arm to help out as well, and just look back at Tozy, just mouthing, "Thank you. I owe you so much."
To the NPC or to Zazel?
To the NPC.
Ah.
To you, it's like, trust me, I am more than willing to help you out with this.
And she kind of glances back. We'll take care of it another time.
Of course.
Here, you shouldn't go without payment, of course. You did a lot here. Thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and give the cleric, because I didn't write her name down because I'm a piece of shit. We'll go and give her.
He's got the name for you. Tozekev.
Can you spell that for me real quick?
Tozekev.
So I'll go ahead and give Tozekev a gold piece, which I believe I still have. Let me see. I'm not used to D&D Beyond. Is that in the inventory?
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, I got 10.
Where you can
So
see the.
we'll go ahead and remove one gold piece. And I'll give it to her. Here, your services were greatly appreciated, and I'm gonna get real close. If she's really from the Upper Crest, like, I'm sorry, I did not mean to get you involved in that.
And Shoal glances back and she's like, we'll see that the chapel receives some extra tithes coming very soon. Worry not. And if you don't mind, gentlemen, there are paths I would prefer to take back towards the upper crust, if you don't mind, or the upper ring, as the upper crust, as you say.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What
Yeah.
path would you prefer to take?
As we leave, I'll sort of guide you. It's a bit off the beaten path, and there's a route I'm familiar with that should make it a little easier and a little less prying eyes.
Yeah, of course.
That's good to me.
So, as you make your way out of the chapel, you would know that typically heading towards the next set of steps would bring you up into where the markets are and sort of where everything's kind of starts to make its way up towards the top. She instead leads you off back towards what would be part of the wall. The guard barracks over here, they don't see much use particularly. However, there are inroads towards the upper levels of the city that can be accessed through here for faster movement, if you will.
Okay. Since we're kind of talking here and everything, do you care to tell me what happened?
I was tasked with following the two gentlemen along as just another aspect of my learning and I guess training. And whilst I was told that it is a very boring job, that nothing could possibly happen, we were assaulted. I heard them cry out, and in moments I felt several stings. I fell against a tree, and then I went unconscious.
Yeah, well, these creatures were not from around here. They were roughly about knee height. One had big, heavy metal boots, and the others had sickles, and they were so fast you could barely see them.
They definitely tried to chase you down after we found you. Something is very wrong here.
Interesting.
Yeah, they were going right after you, but I made sure that they couldn't get past. I actually, you can ask my friend here. I went down myself trying to make sure that they could not get to you.
You did.
And that's
We will.
truly appreciated, and we shall see that you are well rewarded for your heroic actions. Thank you.
I'll be
very
honest,
much.
I would have done it for your friends too. I'm just disappointed that I wasn't there fast enough to help them.
Your trainers were a bit creepy at times, but they were decent people.
They were quite new to me, but they seemed decent enough folk. And so at this point, she leads you in towards this guard barracks, and it's very quiet over here this time of day. It's as the sun has started to go down, this close to the walls, it is fully receded into shadow as just the sun slowly makes deeper and deeper shadows. And you're looking by torchlight now as she approaches and just sort of fishes a key off of her belt and pops open the lock towards this barracks. There is, yes, a staircase in here that'll lead us in through the tunnels that should take us directly up towards the upper spires, and fewer people up there should be asking questions.
That is very good. I had never known these places existed.
And you're not supposed to know that they exist.
No, of course not. I know nothing. I know nothing.
Yeah. As a kid, we used to play around this area, and I always wondered where this door went to.
Lots of these types of doors everywhere, but nobody knows. And I refuse to acknowledge that they exist at this point.
Looks like we do now.
No, we do not.
There are checkpoints and wards. I would not advise trying to freely use them as you desire. But I think today with me here, it should be okay.
Okay. If we need any, I will say this. If it is getting a little bit hard to see, I will just point me in the right direction and I will help guide us. Okay?
Well, you can't see in the dark?
No, I am saying I can see very well in the dark. So I'm saying if anybody else is having any trouble, just point me in the right direction and I will help guide you.
Well, if she is not able to see in the dark, then yeah. She picked the two best guides, right?
I can see in the dark just fine. Thank you very much.
I'm not sure what that actually was.
That's kind of what Zazel's doing. He's trying to pry a little bit of information out. And it's actually working.
I will say, when we arrive at the estate, please say nothing. I should handle all of the speaking.
Absolutely. As much as I like to talk sometimes, I will leave the talking to you.
And yeah, so she leads you down a few hallways, and there is another door, and she uses the same key, pops the lock on that, and it's not like the widest cavern by any means of the imagination. It's maybe 6 feet wide, about 7 or 8 feet tall. It gets lower at certain points, and it's just a long staircase. And Jess, if you wouldn't mind, I could certainly use a hand.
Oh, absolument. We'll get on one side, just kind of nod toward Zazel to get to the other side so that we can help her.
Yeah, of course.
And it takes a bit. It's not an easy stair climb by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, you've both traversed the city enough to know that obviously built into the side of a mountain, it's got quite the grade to it. But there's no breaks or anything to split it up for the most part. It's sort of like a gently curving long staircase.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Shoal. I know you told me not to use this, but this would be the perfect place to train. This is a staircase.
This would be a perfect place for you to be arrested. And
It's a joke, my friend. It's just a joke.
Okay.
I am much more used to going down these types of stairs than going up them. Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of carrying all the weight here, my friend. You kind of slacked halfway through.
We tend not to use them very often. And you pass a couple of doors on the way up that she sort of just passes by, knowing that it's not the correct one. And after about 20 minutes of straight stair climbing, She gestures and she's like, "Oh, well, here is our stop. We should be."
I suppose after a few trips off seas, we can be called Stead Masters.
As a DM, or as a character, as a player, I'm laughing. As a character, I'm just like, nah. I love it.
A stairmaster indeed. Right this way, as she gestures and she opens the door here. And this leads out into a much finer entryway into a manned guard barracks. There's a few folks in here. And you can see that this is sort of just like a central receiving area. And whereas the other doors that you saw downstairs were just kind of like simple wooden doors, the one here is on this side you can see it is fully reinforced, a steel door, and the locking mechanism on it is fairly complex.
We have gotten to the high quality section.
And as you step through the door, 4 or 5 guards that are in the room, and there's about 6 or 7, a couple sitting at a table, and 2 at the actual front area, and they're seated in chairs, but they're watching the main door. They all kind of snap to attention, and do you all speak? What languages do you speak?
Good question. I speak
Common.
Celestial and Common and Orc.
Amen and Sylvan.
Okay. So, in a language you don't understand, she quickly says something, and she projects it. And a moment later, the guards do stand at ease, and the 2 door guards stand up, and they nod to her and open the door out of the building.
I really do need to get some time to learn some more languages. It's hard to find some books with the actual words.
Language is interesting to come by in this city. And
Yeah, it really is. I speak one language that is present in the Upper Crest.
I know you tried to speak it at me, and I was like, I have no idea. Se habla English? Come in.
Nah. My mom taught me Celestial when I was young. Yeah, she's a great lady.
And as the doors open up here, this opens up and it's towards a building, and at this point up, the walls themselves are pretty much gone. I mean, there's like ledges to prevent people from just sort of walking off the top of the tiered area. But this is just a freestanding building that you've left now. And the streets are wider. They're paved in polished, nicely kept stone, rather than the oil-burning lanterns that hang down on the lower crust. Every, I'd say, 10 feet or so is a tall white globe glowing with a soft magic to kind of keep everything nice and well illuminated. There are guards on essentially every corner. And she leads you, and she's like, the estate isn't too far from here, if you wouldn't mind, just a bit further.
Of course.
And she walks you to a fairly large building.
Yeah, I've never been up here. I've just heard about it.
I used to sneak in as a child. They would give me a nice little smack on the bottom if they found me.
Nah, I'm looking for any iconography of angels or any celestial looking iconography that's around here. Am I seeing anything?
Celestial iconography?
Yeah.
There's a little bit. Most of the things you'll see, and especially now, decorated all over the walls, hanging actually underneath each of the light posts, are banners that are they're done up in like a gold color, and hanging from each one is a silver embroidered sun, and underneath it is an armored figure holding a blade that's also been embroidered in the same color as the sun. And you would recognize this as just an icon of the Emperor.
Mentally flips it off.
And what race does the Emperor tend to be? Do we know?
You would know that he appears human, but you also know that the Emperor has reigned for the better part of around 400 years, so... But any images you see of him in books, he appears to be human.
Okay, cool.
Liam is quietly looking around, seeing if there's any, because, as I said, they snuck in up here every once in a while as a kid, and occasionally drew, like, would grab crowns or charcoal or whatnot, and draw little pictures of Shapelintra, their patron up here.
So you won't be finding any of those today. Sorry, I'm switching up our imagery just a smidge here of
yes,
the city proper.
It is a very big place.
It is quite large.
It is compensating for something, I'm sure.
But yes, so she leads you up, and the area here, it's not walled, but it is gated around with a wrought iron fence done in very well-designed patterns, and it almost depicts sort of like the swirling breeze sort of shaped into the metalwork of this fence that wraps around this front area, and growing in it, it is in this entirely paved area. They have a thin green lawn and a singular tree growing right in the front. And it's growing with odd purple leaves.
Oh, that is very pretty.
Yes, Mother paid quite a bit to have it imported, from what I understand.
Where does something like this grow normally?
Very far away. But she nods, because there's a pair of guards also. And they're not city guards you can see, but there are two figures guarding the front gate of the manor. And she nods to them, and at first they give her a quizzical look. But she shrugs the hood off the top of her head and sort of pulls down the mask that's been guarding her. And you can see now her skin is it's like a very faint, soft, like blue color. And her hair is like very, very pale, like a platinum blonde almost. Very similar in color to yours, Glam.
Oh my.
And she nods again, and they step aside and throw the gate for her. And my lady, I deeply apologize. I understand you were intending not to be recognized, but all the same, you did a great job. And she nods again and heads right down the little path. And as she steps inside, she sort of shrugs off the overcloak that she had been wearing. Welcome. If you wouldn't mind just staying here at the front door, I think I should be all right from here. I just wish to fetch my mother real quick, if she's in, so we can properly thank you before you set off once more. And I'm sure she'll have a couple of questions.
Of course.
Oh, absolutely. Understandable. Honestly, I was just glad I was able to help.
And within like the time it takes to do this, a figure sort of comes in from one of the side rooms, and as you've stepped in, it is a 2-story manor house, and it's sizable. The entryway is it's all like well-polished hardwood. The walls are nicely painted in soft, airy blues. And hanging off of the ceiling in the entryway is just like little stained glass murals of clouds.
Lamb, my friend, what have we gotten ourselves into?
But the figure that steps in is finely dressed in just like a dark blue just shirt and pants, standard attire, but he, a human man, probably mid-30s, walks over and is like, my lady, you're home. Good evening. What brings you back? I was told you were away on educational business. And she says, change of plans. Is mother nearby? Is she in? And he nods, and she's like, please, could you fetch her? And almost immediately the figure steps away.
So, quick question, out of character, what race does this character seem to be? Shoal.
I would say make an Arcana check.
Yep.
Glam's trying to figure this one out themselves as well.
Oh shit! Fucking Zazel knows, and he's not even trained in Arcana. Holy fuck! That would be a total of 20. Unnatural.
Okay.
That is dirty.
Yeah, so you would know, and they're not like the most common folk in the city, but she appears to be one of the Air Genasi race. So somewhere along her family line, she's largely human, but with just hints of the plane of air and elemental air kind of tracing in her features, lending to that soft, almost sky blue skin and the hair that could be clouds.
I'm gonna basically mutter under my breath. That makes sense why she was not that heavy.
She's very pretty.
Hopefully she's out of earshot, but fucking Zavel's gonna agree. He's be like, yeah, she is.
She's standing right next to you. She was waiting at the door. She was going to go in, but then an attendant arrived, so she's just hanging out next to you.
We're very dense men, or people.
And she glances in your direction, but she doesn't say anything. She just kind of like half smiles. But I do thoroughly appreciate the kindness that you showed in ensuring my safety, as well as the discretion to bring me back up here. Make another history check for me, Zazel. There we go. Sorry.
Yep. Not very good. 10.
10? Well,
yeah.
With where you are and the extra information that you've inferred, the name kind of clicks when she said Shoal Corvi, that her family line is likely the same as one Magister Corvi, who is one of the senior officials and servants to the governor within the city.
I had no idea. Why were you down there?
Part of my education, at my request, is to see more of the city that I hadn't seen yet, so that way, if I choose to pursue working like my mother in the upper crust and in the magisterium, that I have an understanding of what's going on. And especially with the news we received that lovely Emperor should be arriving this week, I thought it would be a great idea to observe as much as I could. So, Mother had arranged for me to accompany some of the inspections.
All right, I get that, but you didn't have a bodyguard near you. Like, look at me. I'm a handsome man, yes, but I'm not the brightest. I just now put 2 and 2 together.
To be fair, she was probably trying to go incognito. So
Well,
only having the other guards there was probably the safest bet.
I was with our trained city guards. They're supposed to be the ones who protect and serve us. And
Dude,
additionally, I was assured several times that we were taking a very safe and easy inspection where I could meet some of the common people and observe.
Look, as somebody who is all around those guys all the time, they get complacent in their job. Look, I understand, I appreciate, especially somebody of your station wanting to know what's going on in the city, and I admire that, I really do, but you really need someone who's not been in the job for 20 plus years. Like, they were complacent, they were careless.
Well, that's good to know, and I truly appreciate your candor on the subject. All valuable information. Perhaps
Look, next time you need something like that, come to me.
we should. Maybe this should be discussed so that new training programs could be put in place.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But you said you've been trying to see what's going on all over the cities. Have you been to the fighting pits yet?
I would not visit them. No, I have not.
That's where the real things go down. It's just a suggestion. If you want an escort to go there, I'll take you.
I will consider that offer. Make a persuasion check.
Yeah. Come on, dice. Come on, Daddy needs himself a new house. That's a 9 naturally. I think it's like a 10. Let me double check though, because I think I'm decent at persuasion. Yeah, it's a 10. It's not bad. Not great, not bad.
To be fair, if you want something that's a little bit safer, there is always old girl's place. She is at least capable of handling it herself, as well as has a few people around that have always been very capable in their own right.
I thank you very much for the offer to take me to the fighting pits, and I shall consider it. Should it come to pass, we'll send a messenger to let you know. And as for this girl's place, I can't say I'm familiar.
She is a wonderful woman. She has a huge heart, even bigger arms, and honestly, I would not put it past her to have some sort of relationship with anybody who would have at least had some decent workings in this town. She is a very kind and very generous woman.
And where is this establishment? I perhaps can take a visit if it's, be it either openly or less so, but
it is in the undercity.
Well, that's a project for
it-
another day. It's another place
Oh,
I
yes,
should
of
like
course.
to visit.
Now's perhaps not the time to be giving our friend a tour here.
Oh no, but I am also saying that when things are not so busy with such weird visitors, both friendly and not so friendly.
Yeah. My more point was to find somebody in the pits who's able to do what you want to do and keep an eye out for you. I'm not saying you're not capable. I've seen your combat training. You took the wounds exactly where you needed to be able to survive. But having somebody of your caliber next to you is definitely a good idea.
I mean, it's why I mentioned the girl.
Ger's too high profile though, man. Everybody in the Undercity knows who she is.
Why would anybody try to mess with her?
That's a fair point. I
It's-
mean, I would love to go toe to toe with Ger. That would be one heck of a fight.
This all sounds as if it should be something to be kept in consideration.
I can make you the best eggs Benedict you could ever have down there.
Another interesting proposition. And with that, from one of the doors, the gentleman you saw before steps back in, and with him follows a woman who looks strikingly similar to Shoal, if a little older and a bit taller. The same pale blue skin, those same very bright, almost crystalline blue eyes. She has equally airy and light hair, though hers is tied back into a quite no-nonsense bun. And she's got on just like a functional but formal dress of like a deep purple. And she steps in.
Deep bow that's not exaggerated from Glam.
Stick my hand out like to shake the hand of somebody of my equal.
She walks over and no smile, flat face, just like softly grasps your hand and shakes it once and then lets go. And then takes a step back.
I will not be too firm, because I do not want to hurt somebody who is, very important, but I'll give it a firm grip and give her a shake and small bow. It's a pleasure to meet you.
And she steps over and she quietly, she hugs her daughter, and both of you make a perception check for me.
Is that the dirty 20?
That would be a 2, naturally, which would be probably like 5. Either way, it's a fail. Do you really want me to tell you?
No, it's good.
Yeah, it's bad. It is a 5, actually, though. That is exactly what it is.
Glam, you hear as she leans in and hugs her daughter, her whisper, "These two, are they trustworthy? Are they okay? Should we have them expelled?" And her daughter whispers back, "No, mother, they're okay. They kept me safe." And with that, she straightens and takes a step back, and she's like, "Well, good evening. Welcome to Corvey Manor. My name is Lady Leona Corvey, and you have delivered my daughter back to me safely, so that is quite appreciated."
It was simply the right thing to do, and I am very appreciative that we were able to get her back to her mother.
Yeah, I'm very glad I was able to stumble upon her and use a little bit of my magic to bring her back, so I was very concerned.
And she arcs an eyebrow at that, but...
Do not worry, he is licensed.
I'll show the license.
Good to know. Certainly, keep your license at the ready. It's going to be quite the week.
Absolutely, ma'am. I'm part of the guard station in the middle crust, right before you get to the upper area. I stay in those barracks. I went to that school.
Good to know.
Yes, we were informed by some members of the Steel Short about certain changes to the way things will be running around for a little bit.
Oh, they've already arrived then, have they?
Yeah, they did. They gave us a little shakedown. Unfortunately, the two people she was traveling with, I did my best. They didn't make it, but the Steel Shot gave us a little bit of a shakedown, but they let us go through. Very reasonable folk.
Well, do your best to stay perhaps a couple steps ahead as appreciation for what you've done for my daughter.
I appreciate the advice.
Now...
Honestly, would have done it for anybody, so... Just glad she made it.
Sure, darling. Did we... How much should we prepare for them? And she just kind of looks at her mother and kind of shrugs, like she's totally unsure. She's like, Okay, Richard, could you go and just fetch a couple of small bags for me, thank you? And he nods ahead and quickly steps out of the room. Now, my daughter was attacked, yes? This is what I'm hearing? This is correct?
That is correct, yes. It seemed to be of a gnomish kind of person. They wore a red cap with very heavy boots. That was the one calling the charges. The other ones were very quick. Gnomes as well, of some sort. Grayskin.
They were gnomes?
From what I understand, is that what you recall, Glenn?
They are similar but different. I do not know what they were called. They give off a very weird feeling of, I could say, a different realm per se.
Okay, that makes a bit more sense than gnomes. Are you okay? We keep several gnomes in our employ. They're people just like you or I.
Don't worry about that, ma'am. We had another gnome with us that was very kind to your daughter. She was a child. It's not the gnome people themselves. It was outsiders.
You had a child with you.
It was not on purpose. She tagged along because she wanted to get some fireworks and then...
Okay, all right, that's enough, Glam. That's enough. No. We
You
went
brought
to a
child
tavern.
to get fireworks.
It was
No,
Glam's little sister. Glam's little sister. I ran into them on the way in.
We are adopted family.
They were not there when your daughter was attacked. I found her in the woods by herself with the
Wait.
two people that she was with.
Yeah,
I drug them into a tavern. That's where I met Glam.
exactly. She was, we were...
Make a
Attending-
deception check for me.
Do I get Glam's advantage for backing me up?
Yeah, you can advantage this.
Okay, this is gonna be bad. I'm not trained in this. Glam, you're supposed to be the one lying.
Believe
Oh!
in the part of the dice.
Oh, this dice is really nice to me. Thank you so much for being nice, dice. It is a total of, did you say deception?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a total of 18.
Not bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
Well, I very much appreciate your heroics, young man. I guess not every member of the guard is trained poorly these days.
Unfortunately, I'm not a member of the guard. I'm actually a pit fighter.
Oh.
I was trained, though, with military training. So if you ever need anybody to bodyguard or do mercenary work, just let me know.
Actually, an interesting proposition.
I am not much of a fighter, but I do, make a mean Eggs Benedict.
Just Eggs Benedict,
I actually make quite a few things, but that is the main thing that, my employer likes for me to...
all right then. A pit fighter and a cook. What an interesting combination.
And crazy things happen. They happen. Pit fighter, cook, and I'm assuming royalty of a sort.
Well, there are no royals outside of His Divine Emperor, but I am of a government organization, yes.
Yeah, government representative. Very strange things happen. Not what I expected my night to turn out to.
Oh yes, these are very strange times. That is for sure.
They are. Well, young pit fighter and cook, I'm hesitant, but not 100%. Do you perhaps want to do a bit more work? Maybe not quite on the books.
Yes, absolutely. What you need me to do?
I am always up for being off the books.
With our present situation of guards and closer inspection, I have no guards to spare, but I have a bit of a family matter to check into. And I take it both of you are familiar with the Undercity.
Grew up there my entire life, yes.
To the more, That's the way I live.
Well, our mining operation down in the depths has reported more than a few casualties of similar description to what you've mentioned, and it would be better to be kept quiet and not have to take excess resources, if you understand what I'm saying.
Of course.
Absolutely.
I know several people I can get down there. We can get that cleared out.
Okay, well, if that's the case, I would just ask that you, afterwards, report here quietly, if you wouldn't mind.
Anything I can do?
Is there anything you can do to get us past these guards? Because I'm going to be honest with you. As soon as we come up to these gates, they're going to turn us away.
Yeah,
I can provide you with a loan of the Corvey family seal. You'll need it to access the mines anyway, as anything other than, well, a mine laborer, so it would be for the best that you had one.
I agree with that, yeah. You said it's a loan, so once we're done, we'll give it back to you.
Indeed.
Yes, and don't worry, we'll certainly need it back. But she, on the back of her hip, she's got a couple of small pouches, and she fishes out a couple of, a little larger than a coin. I'd say it's, closer to like a coaster-sized little metal plate with a very stylized K sort of inlaid in the little metal plate. And she says, these should do in a pinch should you need to get yourself up here into the upper city, as well as down into the mining operation. Our overseers should recognize that with no issue. I just know that they are monitored, so do not think you can use it as a free pass to do as you please.
I think so.
Yeah, that would definitely forfeit my station at the barracks, so not going to do that. Don't worry about it.
The girl would probably beat in my head before any of you got to me.
Good to know. Well, I've much more work to get along to. I am afraid. If you would not mind, just wait here a single more moment or two, and Richard should be back with your reward for safe passage of my daughter.
Of course, man.
Merci beaucoup. I have one last quick question.
And as she's turning on a heel, she says, make it very quick.
Who makes your dresses? They are very pretty. I would like one of my own.
I'm going to give a dumbfounded look over to Glam.
Madam Venner on the other side of the spire. They're custom pieces, but perhaps I can put in a good word for you when you return successfully. And then she just keeps walking.
Look, you can never do without. Look, you can never be going wrong with mini dresses, as well as as well as a good pair of shoes.
I'm going to gesture over to my pretty middle class, obviously clothes that I'm wearing. Man, it is literally function over form. As long as it works, it's all that matters.
Just gonna lean in and whisper. You have seen how I changed forms, yes?
Yeah, but I
kind of need this. Also,
people really
they
like.
Also, they make me feel pretty.
I've only seen you turn into guys, so I don't know where you're going with this. If you want to wear a dress, that's perfectly fine. There's this guy that I know about named Barry Childs. He looks pretty good in a dress, but like that's your thing, that's great, but I'm all about the function, man.
Barry Childs, yeah?
Side note, out of character, I will always reference things in game, but when I do, I will always alter them just a little bit.
Okay, well, that's great.
You're welcome. Now Barry Childs is part of your universe. You're welcome.
Good
That's
to
what you
know.
get for inviting me.
Look, I have not had time to do anything with the others of the other sex. Okay. Most of the time.
Wait. You're telling me that's possible? You can turn into a woman right now.
I can, but not right here.
Trust me, that doesn't matter either way. I'm into both. It doesn't matter.
Look, there's a reason why I usually stay in a semi neutral form, so to speak.
Okay, all right. So, what are you trying to do here? You're also wanting to get into this mercenary work here. This is best not discussed in their house.
Oh, absolutely. But most of the time, it is literally just. As much as I enjoy working the tavern for Gur, it gets old, and unfortunately, Shay, he keeps telling me how I have stagnated. I need to move on more. Maybe this is my opportunity.
You know, man, I get it. The pits offer me no challenge now. Even if I go pro, I've fought them in off the record fights. They're not great. There's no challenge for me in there anymore. I need to do something else. So I'm trying to angle it here. You know what I'm doing. You know what I'm doing.
I get what you are putting down. Yes.
All right. Well, let's just wait for that guy to come back before we say anything else. And get
Richard
ourselves
steps
fired.
back through. My lady wishes for you to have these as a reward for your troubles. We thank you immensely. Have a good night. And hands you each a small little leather-drawn bag.
Of course. Thank you, Richard.
Merci
I hope
beaucoup.
this thing.
I hope that we have not caused you too many problems tonight.
It's fine, thank you. And he walks
Right.
over and opens the door.
I will leave immediately. How much is in that sack?
Following.
Each of the little bags has about 150 gold in it. Has 150 gold in it.
It's not the law.
I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna see the gold, and my eyes are gonna light up. I'll immediately shut it, and then
Yep.
just walk out.
Just putting it inside the leather armor.
But so you step out into the top spires. Now, while they've been doing this, Flora, have you had any interest or anything you were doing in particular down in the tavern?
Other than... Well, I'd say she definitely went down to eat pie. When that was done, fixed her other doll, and then... I want to see if I can open the door to Gray's room.
God damn it, I knew you were gonna say that.
Excellent. Yeah, make another stealth check.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I'm good at those.
Or I guess sleight of hand.
11.
11.
Uh-huh.
And make a perception for me with disadvantage, Gray.
Okay. Because I'm asleep.
Yeah.
Hold on. That's an 11?
An 11? Okay.
Uh-huh.
And Flora, initially you grab the lock or the door and you go to start pulling on it, just kind of get it open. And as you realize it's locked, as a child sometimes does, it's like a latch handle or like a pull handle rather than a doorknob. And as you pull, you just hear a faint as the lock snaps. And you just slide the door open slowly.
Yep. Instead of being creepy and crawling into the bed, I'm gonna just I believe you said you put a chair against the door. Is that right?
No, I just locked it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna pull a chair against your bed and just sit there and watch and wait.
How quietly do you pull that chair?
No, stealth check that.
18.
18. With but a whisper, you don't slide the chair. You just lift and carefully set it down.
What a creepy kid.
Honestly.
I'm gonna place one of the dolls beside Gray and then sit in the chair and then just wait with the other one and quietly converse with Marcus and be like telling Marcus about Gray's hair being purple in the bottom and to all the people she's met and just everything that's happened.
And it's one of those times where as you just have a quiet moment, and as you're saying all this, maybe as you're finishing up, very softly you hear a voice. Well, it sounds like you've had quite an adventurous few days, little sister.
I have
And then
Hell no.
No!
Fuck out
No!
here.
I'm off mute. No!
No, hell no. I'm sorry. I couldn't hold it in. Oh.
I'm proud of you for venturing out. Have you been having anything other than sweets, dear Flora?
I have not. You know my rules on green stuff. They're not real.
That's just not true, Flora. But I will say, I haven't long to talk today, but big things may be happening in the next few days. If all goes well, we might even be able to maybe pop by for a visit and head towards another adventure, but we should see. Just keep your eyes peeled. You won't be able to miss it, we promise, should anything happen.
she's just wide-eyed and big grin, just giddy as she's like hugging the stall because she heard an answer back again. And still waiting for Gray to wake up.
Does any of this wake Gray up, by the way?
I would say with an 18 and how quietly she's been, probably not.
Okay.
And for chat's perspective, I know typically, you know, like meeting it means that it would have awoken Gray, but Gray is also running on 23 hours of being unconscious.
Not unconscious, conscious.
Yeah, 23 hours of being conscious.
There may be a rule about unconsciousness to where you automatically fail, but I could be wrong.
As you sleep, Gray, you do find yourself dreaming of home. And sitting in the glade in the home as you knew it during your childhood. And looking up into the sky and picking out all of the constellations you loved most. And it's peaceful. It's quiet. In the distance, you can hear just the soft chattering of family as you had known, and people come and go, and they visited. but then in the distance you hear gasping. And as you are looking up at the sky, you see the constellations and the stars, one by one, just slowly winking out.
No.
You hear more gasping and a bit of panicked conversation in the background as it gets just a little darker with each passing one, and it feels similar to
Oh, go ahead.
your memory of the event, but not quite.
Can I look around for the sounds of the gasping?
Yeah, make a perception check for me.
22.
22. And you turn, and your family home, a quaint little cottage nestled in this little glade, lit with various glowing lichens and fairy fire that you know is designed never to go out. And just a couple of soft lanterns that burn with real flame is where it was, but it almost appears that as you look and the more you focus on it, it just slowly passes further into the distance away from you.
I'm gonna start trying to run after it.
And as you head towards it, make an athletics check.
Well, I'm so great at those. Hold on. 12.
12. You start running off towards it and running off towards it, and as you're running, you see more of the stars start winking out, and it's getting darker and darker. And you've not made any progress, and in the distance you can see that the telescope that you're so familiar with at the peak of your family home is frantically now just like whirring and shifting in the sky, or towards different points in the sky. And make a dex save for me.
An 11.
An 11. And you're running, and you're running, and your foot catches, and an errant root of a tree that had grown too far into the grove catches, and you fall, and you don't hurt yourself, but you land, face down on your hands, and as you go to stand, it's darker and darker, and the last of the stars are going out. And it's so difficult to see. And you know the dark. You're familiar. You can see in it. But now, as you go to look up, even the lights of your family home are now just a very distant blip on the horizon.
I would say I think I'm probably beginning to panic.
And are you? So what do you do now?
I can't catch up to my home. I would probably stop.
Stop. Are you standing? Are you staying on the ground?
Would you say I tripped like on my face?
Yeah.
Alright, I will roll over to stare up at the sky.
And as you do, you see the sky where you grew up is similar but not the same as the sky you're familiar with now. And it's not quite just a shapeless blackness so much as almost like a mosaic of like roiling purples. Deep purples. But as you look out into it, even that starts to fade. As it slowly mutes into that same dark, pitch black sky that you now know. And that's where your dream cuts off.
Do I wake up?
Yeah, and you wake up to roughly, 9 p.m. as your body at this point is sort of trained to wake. But make one more perception check.
To notice a fucking creep child? Sorry. Oh, that's a 19.
On 19, you hear
Yeah.
just the faintest of a whisper. Come home soon. And that was as you were waking up. And now you sort of blink awake into this darker room. There is a doll beside you and a chair by your bed where Flora is seated.
How close is the doll beside me?
How close did you put the doll, Flora?
Like touching, like oh, it was almost next to your cheek, kind of cuddling.
I'm Gray's going to jerk away from the doll and Flora, I thought I gave you your own room.
You opened the door.
And then she'll point to the broken latch on the door.
You broke my door?
I just opened it.
Flora is my favorite kind of cryptid.
I love Laura. Or Flora, yeah, she's great.
I love her.
It was like that when I found it.
Enters your room at night, only eats sweets, puts a doll beside your cheek, and then leaves.
Yes.
Alright, chicken.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say, Gray's kind of try to subtly wipe away the singular tear about that the come home soon brought to his eye. And without touching the doll, get out of bed. Hey, Flora, I'm going to, can you leave my room so I can, get ready to do my shift, please?
Okay.
And, take your lovely, friend with you, please? Thank you for the doll while I, slept.
She's gonna get off the chair, grab the doll, and kind of make it wave, and be like,
Ethan's really good at watching over people while they sleep.
Yeah, that doesn't freak me out at all. Okay.
and then she'll
See you downstairs.
and skip
Yep.
outside.
Gray is going to look around for his, he has like a journal that he keeps by his bed so that he can write down the dream.
Yeah.
And quickly do that. Out of character question. Does that, am I rested?
I would say you got a short rest.
But it's something, and that's what I'm asking. Alright, cool. How do I? Yeah. Yeah! Thank you. I still feel like shit. So I'm gonna get ready and go down to the tavern area and just do my normal routine of setting up the bar and waving to Eli and getting ready for patrons.
as you come down the stairs, it's as you know it is in the tavern. The hearth is blazing as always. Eli always keeps it burning bright and burning hot. Keep it like a nice, like homey, welcoming atmosphere. And the lanterns are lit. But you see that the floors have been swept and the chairs are up. And as you make over to the bar, Eli's just kind of like sitting with like a little bowl, munching. When you come down, and he's like, "You needn't bother. We'll stay closed this evening."
Why?
I think we could all use the rest, and I also think that we may not see any patrons this evening anyway.
What makes you think no one will come by?
Just a different day, and strange tidings.
Okay. And Gray's just gonna eye Flora because he's now awake and not working, and is very concerned about that.
Just waves.
Is there anything you would like done, Eli?
There is. I would like you to rest.
Aggressive waving.
And Gray is going to pretend does not see the aggressive waving child.
And
Maybe I'll eat something before heading back to bed then. I'll just...
there's potato stew in the back.
Perfect. Flora, will you like stew?
No.
I made it myself. It's quite tasty.
Potato stew has vegetables in it, doesn't it?
Potato's
It's got
not a vegetable.
Is it only potato? Because that would be potato water.
Well, it's stew. There's potatoes. And he whispers, I even put some eggs in it.
You lost me.
What do you eat?
And she'll take out a cookie from the bag she still has.
Oh. Okay. That's not... Do you only eat... I've only seen you eat pie today.
I had a cookie earlier.
Only pie and cookie?
And fruit tarts, and cakes, and sweet buns.
Okay, let me see what I can do in the back for you.
Eli is
Grace?
just so concerned as you're saying all of this.
Gray is gonna go into the kitchen and see what he can do to disguise anything that isn't actually cookies, cake, and candy, to look like it, to give to Flora.
I guess survival is like your standard cooking check. Make a survival check for me.
Survival check.
And this is a kitchen you're very familiar with, and these are you know what's here. So I mean, if you want to make it with advantage, you're welcome to.
Thanks, because if it wasn't at advantage, that would have sucked. That would be a 22.
22.
Ooh.
All right. Well, how would you like to disguise something that's more than just sweets as sweets?
I would like to make a very tiny, personalized quiche. But with like, you know, a crust that you would normally see on a regular pie.
And so what are you putting in the quiche, I guess?
Well, it's eggs. And you know, I'm going to look for something like brightly colored. Maybe some. Do we have any peppers on hand?
There's a couple of bright peppers. You know, there's some beets.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw some of that stuff in there to make it. You know how like funfetti cake looks?
Oh, okay. You make a beet and pepper funfetti quiche.
And I am going to do something that I think is weird, but I'm gonna add some like sugar to it to make it a little sweet.
What is it? It's is it flan is similar to quiche, yes, but it's more dessert like. You make it's in between quiche and flan, with almost like a candied beet and pepper kind of situation.
And would we say with the 22, like it actually tastes pretty good? Or...
Yeah, you would say it's strange, but you enjoy it. It's like a sweet and savory kind of treat, but with some of the health benefits you think probably aren't cooked out.
Okay. And this is probably taking me a little bit of time, but that's fine.
Yeah, I'd say it takes a little bit.
And I'm gonna come out with my potato stew that is probably a little cold now, and
well, he kept it on just like a very slow burning fire in a big old pot, so it's probably pretty warm, but
fair enough. Now, and I'll come out with my stew and this quiche.
just in case she finds out you lying.
Oh my god.
I love it.
I love it. 12 out of 10, perfect pun.
Love the pun, thank you. And I'm going to place it in front of Flora. My own recipe pie for you.
I have a question. DM.
Yes.
With Flora living at the Fluttering Daisy and her onwards battle of Henrik trying to get her to eat vegetables, can I try to insight check the fucking quiche?
You can make an insight against against Gray's deception, I suppose.
Okay.
I mean, I have to roll?
Yes.
Okay.
Insight check the quiche.
Damn it, I got an 8.
Wait, I missed it. Did they trick Flora?
We shall see.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat.
deception.
I'm all about this.
Why are you getting up at me?
It's a 16.
Oh.
Well,
Eat
know,
your
Flora,
fucking vegetables.
It's an interesting looking piece of pie, but it's very colorful. And it smells sweet. So, yeah, I mean, you would think that it's something you would probably try.
It even comes in a tiny little pie tin. It looks like pie.
It's like a cute little personal pie.
Yeah.
You have colorful hair, you wouldn't lie to me.
Eventually, she'll try it.
I would. Yep.
Oh
I hope she vomits.
Oh my god, can I roll for that?
I mean, you can. Honestly, like, with a 22, it tastes quite good.
And I did add sugar. It does taste sweet.
It's like a sweet and savory dish, but
Okay. She will eat it. She's gonna eat. Damn, it only took 2 sessions. That's sad.
Yeah, but
she made candied beets and
candied beets.
I will say, after like a bite or two, she'll look at you and ask,
Is this how your hair is purple?
No, yep. And I'm just gonna put stew in my face.
yep.
signature line, I love it.
I believe what I actually said was, no, yup. And then I ate food.
Put it
Excellent.
on a t-shirt.
So, unfortunately, now we pivot back to Glam and Zazel. As you depart, and now you are back on the upper spire. It is rewind time a couple of hours. It's about 7 p.m. here. Based on the amount of time it took you to get back. Now, question 1. What did you do with all of the alcohol?
That is a good question. I am pretty
Y'all
sure.
leave it at the church.
Yeah, we pretty much left it at the church.
I think we left it at the church.
Because I am very confident that my friend would fucking murder anybody who tried to steal stuff from her church. She does what she does best, put people in the ground.
I'm pretty sure that's communion wine now. I don't think there's anything we can do about it. We just have to accept it.
I mean, if it is blessed, then Gur can sell it for a premium.
See, Zazel doesn't 100% care. He cared more about the sled and getting the person where they needed to go.
Oh no! Exactly. This was more. There was that concern, and then, oh shit! Right, the job. Holy shit! I am going to have my shit kicked in if I do not get that there.
All right. So, making your way
Downtown?
Downtown.
Yeah, from the top spires. It is a step down from there into sort of like a sub-tier in between where, you know, the wealthiest, barring the governor himself, live, and where the markets are. And this you're more familiar with, Zazel. This is sort of where you trained. This area is primarily dedicated to, you know, various temples and guard barracks. This is where the higher-ups will come down for major sermons at the more commonly used and second largest chapel in the city.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be the Chapel of the Sun Triumphant. Which would also be sort of the monastery and training area attached is where you would have been. Sort of where they train a lot of the more devoted warriors to the sun god and so forth. And its grounds. So it's relatively well patrolled, and it's also still well upkept, if a little Spartan as compared to the ostentatious polished stone streets above. This is more simple set stone as you descend the stairs into the area. And it's only like 3 blocks before you would head back down again. But as you had seen on the lower levels, once again, the streets are pretty quiet. Normally you'd hear at least a little bit of, you know, training, whatever, still going on. As you know, they train you hard. You went sun up to sundown, with minor breaks for eating, and that was about it. But it's quiet tonight. But make a perception check for me, both of you.
All right, excellent. Can do. See how this dice do.
I do not know about you, but this is very creepy. It is way too quiet.
Yeah, it's usually like this down here.
Well, holy shit. I got a 20 win.
Fuck. That I got worse. I think I got like a 9. I don't have my sheet up.
I can tell you, Glam, you hear from the tier down below, and it's in the distance. It's pretty far off. You can just hear sort of the echoing shouts, but there's definitely a number of shouts going on. Some manner of commotion you can hear off in the distance.
Oh, this sounds like trouble.
What? Oh, yeah, I hear that. That does sound like trouble. Let's go investigate that.
I must be always fine. We'll go to trouble.
Because that's what we do, man. We're heroes. Don't you want the fame and the money? That's how you do it. You make a name for yourself. And then you go do things.
I have my own ways of making my fame.
Yeah.
No. What you do is you let other people make the fame for you.
Glam's like, make a name for myself. I have a whole book of names for myself. I'm confused.
Exactly. I have at least 70.
Heading down, you as you get closer, you hear a number of shouts, and you hear a repeated, "You can't do this! Stop!"
This is definitely trouble.
Hey man, you got the champ here. What's going on? I'm gonna try to go to the person that's yelling.
Well, as you round the corner, you can see, and this is the market square has been packed up for the day, but there are a number of people being brought with guards, and as you approach, you can see that they've been cuffed.
Ah, shit! This is out of my league. I can't do anything here.
6 or 7 more steel shod, sort of overseeing the thing.
Oh, this is absolutely out of my wheelhouse.
And
Yeah, we can't do anything.
standing above them is a steel shod like the others, though closer to 11 feet tall and with a broadness to match its height.
God
Holy.
damn, he's thick. That's out of character.
Yeah, might have some competition.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do here. These people are gonna need to be processed.
What the hell have they done?
You know what, Glam? I'm honestly gonna be honest with you, my friend. We need to not get involved here. It's one of those situations.
Oh,
you know?
no. I totally agree. I have nothing in the tank unless some deity above has allowed me for a short rest.
I would love a rest myself, my friend.
I regret to inform you that walking up 20 minutes worth of stairs is not a short rest.
Are you sure about that? That seems like a rest to me.
I mean, I took a few minutes to eat some pie before we left. I don't
If having your hands tied behind your back and your face shoved in the ground means you're under arrest, then I think we get a rest. I'm arguing in character. What the fuck?
Done with you. Disadvantage for life.
That's fair. I accept.
No, but
Oh,
yeah.
yes,
So
I really tapped out.
the same fellow, and he's probably like mid-30s, kind of blonde hair, just a regular-looking merchant kind of fellow. Yells it again, and he's like, "You can't! This is ridiculous!" And one of the steel shod just walks up and very casually just kind of knocks him in the forehead. And a guard catches him as he just slumps unconscious as they keep carrying them on.
Oh. What the hell is going on?
And
Lamb, this is not our business. We need
another
to.
of the steel shod looks over at you two and he's like, "Move along."
Absolutely, sir. Have a good night.
Moving. Au revoir.
And we're gonna keep moving.
All right.
It's literally just like brain trying to reboot, not working. Just walk along and wave.
Character's neutral. He doesn't give a shit as long as it doesn't affect him.
But yeah, and as you go, I mean, at this point, it's still, the sun's not down yet, but almost all of the doors and businesses are shuttered. As I said, the market square, where normally there would be brightly colored tents and people happily setting up, have all been closed, carts closed up and locked for the day. There are regular guards sort of standing at attention around as they normally would be, but the steel shod procession and probably 10 or 15 individuals that have been cuffed are being shepherded through.
And Glam, I wonder what they did. What do you think they did?
I mean, we have this curfew thing going on.
Yeah, but that's only if you go outside the walls. Like,
Yeah,
from what I understand, we're not allowed.
You would know, like, so they told you you've got a couple more hours before curfew. The sun's still up. They had said like an hour after sundown.
That is very curious. This is a lot of people that are being arrested, I guess.
Detained, I think is the proper term. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer.
The fuck is a lawyer?
It's a person that defends you in the court of law whenever you never punched anybody in the face, have you?
There are no lawyers in this city.
I have never punched somebody. No.
The law typically
Totally.
operates on if they say you're guilty, pretty much guilty.
On the other hand, I may have lied, cheated, and stolen, but never punched.
Well, you know, I've been taught all the laws due to my station. You've probably broken a few.
You would know that there is a law master who is in charge of conducting interviews, typically whilst an individual is in custody, and kind of determining the facts of the situation.
To be honest with you, man, at this point, there's not much we can do. I'll be honest with you. If they tried to corner me and say I broke a law, I'd fight my way out, but I'm not going to do it for somebody I don't know.
Honestly, what I was thinking was to just kind of sit around the corner for a moment and listen and see if we can at least hear what is going on. Also, by the way, do you really think that Glen Blair is actually my name?
Yeah, I think that's your name.
It is my current name. I have died at least 4 or 5 times.
Died? Nah. You'd have to have at least a cleric of, I don't know, incredible experience to bring you back.
Have you ever heard of a small little spell called Feign Death?
No.
See? That is why I get away with what I do.
Do you know what an armbar is?
I am pretty sure I've seen you do it a couple of times.
yeah. That's. See, we have our specialties. You know spells. I know armbars.
There's a spell. I have a gun.
But the thing is, this here, my friend, is not our business. We need someone to be able to help us clear out those mines.
No. I just wanted to listen to see it, just in case if there's anything that could cause us any problems. Capiche? That is all I
You
wanted
know what?
to know.
If we're just minding our own business, I don't see the problem if any
Absolutely.
words come our way. Yeah. I don't see any issue with that. No.
Absolutely, and that is all I wanted to know. After that, we can figure out who to bring down into the mines with us.
Yeah, you know what? More information's always good, so we don't break the law. You know what I'm saying? It gives you a wink.
All right.
Absolutely.
So,
Indeed.
what's your course of action here? What are you thinking?
So
I'm thinking we're gonna go ahead and start going towards like an alley that's kind of close, but not really. And we're gonna start like exchanging coin, but we're doing it 1-to-1. But we're doing it in a way that the guards may not recognize what we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah. See, I owe you a coin for saving my life earlier.
and indeed, and then I owe you a coin for kicking that little bastard's ass.
Oh, absolutely! Thank you so much. You know what though? I saw you cloud of the fog in here. You really helped out. That's what we're doing.
I guess make a stealth check for me, both of you.
Do we get an advantage or not?
No.
Or just both of us?
You're just like you're aiming to be as nonchalant as possible.
I'm good at that, baby. I'm so good at that.
Could I perhaps interest you in I don't know, persuasion, performance, anything that is charisma based?
Based on the description, you could argue a performance check, because you are, I guess, performing a role of somebody just casually trying to exchange currency on their way home.
We'll gladly take the performance over the stealth.
So I rolled a 20
Okay.
for my stealth.
I almost had a nat 20, then it rolled to an 8, so 12.
All right. Well, so as you guys are just kind of quietly doing this, sort of making your way over to an alley, between your sort of like strange coin passing and Zazel's insistence to be like, no, move over here, quieter. The guards don't really pay any attention to you as you sort of step that way. They just kind of assume that you're maybe two kind of dumb nuts. And pay you no mind as you make your way into the alley.
All right, I'm gonna do perception to see what I can hear because I'm a little curious.
Okay.
I am absolutely keeping an ear out as well.
Okay.
For my perception, I rolled an 18, I think. Let me double check because I don't know this character 100%.
I rolled a 10.
20. I'm sorry, I rolled a 20.
20? Okay.
I got too much into the performance.
Yeah.
You were very good at selling it.
As you guys step into the alley, you immediately kind of drop the act and kind of focus up, shut your eyes for a second, and really kind of hone in on where the noises are coming from. And meanwhile, Glam is still like, and I owe you a coin for this?
I'm like,
and you don't catch, you can catch the thumping of the steel shards sort of walking away, but not too far off, you do hear one guard say to another one, it's like, all these arrests, all for unlicensed magic? This is... I didn't think there'd be this many so fast. And the other one's like, do you think that, the capital's like this? The other one's like, I don't know anyone who's been. I mean, I know that's where the steel shot come from, but I don't know anyone. No one in the guard comes from the capital, And then they sort of kind of trail out of earshot.
Very, very concerning.
Yeah. We need to get you licensed, dude. Here. And he's gonna take his own license off. I don't use my magic that often. I think you need this more than I do. It's not your gun. I know it's not. I'm not stupid.
Look, I do it for plausible deniability, okay?
I get it. I'm not going to turn you in. I really do not like this anti-mage bullshit that they throw out here. Take it.
Honestly, I am not... I mean, he'll take the license. I am not even certain really what it is I do, to be perfectly honest. It kind of happened after I lost the game to my friend Shay.
I'm not sure who that is, but... Look, I'm going to need you to not be arrested before we end up with the mines. When we're out of the mines, give that to me, we'll part our ways, alright?
Yeah, that will do. Worst case scenario, all I have to do is make my death again.
One issue we have. Those things knocked me out. That doesn't happen very often. We need a healer. You thinking what I'm thinking?
I am. I feel bad because they are very, very tired, but you know what? This might let them have let them go on vacation for a little bit.
As soon as we show them what we got from, I think they'll, Miss Corvey, I believe they'll be a little more inclined to help us out.
Oh, absolutely. They are very. They work hard. They need a break. That is all I'm saying.
I'm just saying, if we can actually work with our natural gifts instead of working ourselves to the bone, doing things we don't like to do, maybe life will be a little better. So, let's go get them. I don't know what we're gonna do with the kid. Maybe we can pawn her off over to what was his name? Eli? Yeah, Eli.
I do not think she will stick around, but well, who the hell knows, right?
I don't want any harm to come to the kid, but Eli seems like a good sort of person. I don't think.
Nor do I. Nor do I. She is a rascal. Reminds me of myself when I was younger.
I was a little more, handsy, but oh, that's the wrong term. No, I like to punch things.
I thought everybody.
I thought
That was a little bit of me slipping into the character, saying the wrong thing.
Cancel Zazel.
Not everybody. But, I thought I had a bad grasp on the comment.
Zazel's canceled.
Mom and I, we spoke Celestial a lot. She's human. It's actually kind of weird how she spoke Celestial mainly, but sometimes I just don't think when I speak.
To be fair, most people do not. Most of the time it is a flow of consciousness, and when it stops, well, you put your shoe into your mouth.
I think it's your foot, my friend, but I also see the sun's starting to set. I think we need to head out if we're going to talk to them.
I keep forgetting because it stays the same fucking color all the time for me.
Are you colorblind?
No. It literally looks like it's daylight all the time.
You need to go to a doctor, but we'll deal with that later.
I can see better than you. What the hell? Probably check on the cart. Holy shit!
What cart? Oh crap! The cart.
Run away!
We'll run to the cart, which hopefully is only a couple blocks away. I don't know the city very well.
It's down a level of it's down a tier of the city back down into the lower. But it is where you left it, albeit it is now covered with a tarp bearing the sigil of the church on it.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Well, that means it's not ours anymore. We gotta go, friend. I'm sorry, you're gonna die tonight.
No. She does this when I accidentally leave my stuff behind. It happens, okay?
How often does this happen?
This is probably the 4th time this year.
Oh my god, you really need to get better at this.
Look, it's bad enough that I have to dig myself out of my own grave, okay?
Wait, that's a later conversation. Let's get this cart out of here.
Yes. Grab the cart and go.
I'm gonna let Glam take it this time.
So as a note, typically to enter and you're headed towards. Are you headed where exactly right now?
To that bar that we were supposed to go to.
Yours.
Actually, I think we'll separate at this point since I'm letting Glam take this. I think I'll head over to try to get Gray in
Yeah.
listed.
All right.
I have my business at home. I have my business at home/work.
Home/work, indeed. Okay. Well, should that be the case, what we will do here is I'll let you know. It is still quite guarded, as per what you would normally expect. There are much more eyes on the entrance to the Undercity that one would need to take if taking a cart laden with alcohol down. You, having lived down there for the majority of your life, know that there are plenty of ways up and down into the Undercity, but not many ways that have a roadway that'll bring a cart. Its original purpose was to be mining colonies that have gone deeper over time, so there is still a central row that runs down into the city. But there's a single steel shod right now at the entrance, and 4 more guards that keep a close eye on you as you walk through. But
it's nice to see the city so well guarded.
yeah, and they give a nod tentatively, but they can see that you're on like mercantile business, and they don't stop you here as you head on in.
Thank you for your service.
And heading down into the Undercity, very quickly as you pass through the wider archway, the road starts to descend down, and it goes from paved with roadstones to just straight, flat, milled earth. Dirt at some points, solid stone at others. And as you traverse down, at some points it goes to be as narrow as maybe 12 feet across, 10 feet high. And then you open up into the caverns you're more familiar with. And it's, rather than being one major cavern, it is a series of caverns connected by small interlocking tunnels. Similar to like an anthill almost. But Gers is pretty near right to the entrance, and it takes you, I don't know, no time at all, really, knowing the route and familiar faces to make your way there.
Bonjour! I have returned! Took a little bit longer than I expected.
And as you set foot in the tavern, there's 6 or 7 people in there right now. There's a couple of hushed human folk just kind of in the corner, heads down, having a chat. There's Gurus behind the bar, sort of a kind of a drawn, tense face. She gives you a smile as you come in, but it's much less warm than you would typically expect.
Hello, Gus. I am so sorry for being so late. We ran into some issues.
It's not a problem, but here's the thing. Come. Let's get these inside. Help me carry these, as
Absolutely.
she says, and she lifts up the first barrel, and you can tell, I mean, she makes a decent show of handling essentially all of the weight, but giving you the capacity to help her carry it.
I will absolutely go and help, because I am not the strongest.
And she just, she gives you just the lightest of nods as she does this.
So have we had any problems down here?
And as you guys step into the back, she's like, guards have come through 2-3 times today. Initial inspections first, and then later with these armored hulks. They were dragging people
shod,
out.
huh?
Steel shod.
I learned about them from Zizel. They are pretty nasty folk if you mess with them.
Yeah,
They,
I should
they
say
are
so.
they are apparently going after those who without licenses. I do not know exactly why, but they are very efficient at their jobs.
Well, I think we're gonna keep it nice and quiet this week, in as much care as we can.
Sulamo, we need to take care of these people first. They are the ones who matter the most down here.
Indeed. Help me get the rest of these, well. Don't help me with the rest. I got them.
Alright, then. I will get on to my job, shall we?
No. You're not due until tomorrow, but we'll see if we're open tomorrow.
Okay.
Might be a little tense. Maybe no bar service, just lodging.
Okay. I may actually have a thing tomorrow anyway, so that is perhaps a good thing. I was hired to help with some issues down in the mines.
Deep then. Well, take care. Should you go down? There's some folk coming banged up from down there.
So I had heard. This is definitely very worrying. I am so sorry to bring so much trouble to you sometimes.
No trouble, but be mindful of the curfews. I wouldn't want to see you hauled off by one of those things.
No. I do not need to owe towards another debt. I thank you for your concern. Eli sends his best ways away.
Oh, does he?
He does.
Well then.
Poor man had to suffer some inspections, and then nasty folk came in and tried to kill one of his patrons.
Well.
So definitely be on the lookout. There are some dangerous people running around.
Maybe I'll close the bar one day next week and take a visit.
I'm sure he would appreciate it. So he really needs to hire somebody other than Gray. They really need some time to just relax.
I don't know this person, but
That is their barkeep.
well, just the one.
As far as I know, I always see them around. It only them.
Interesting. Well, I will get to moving the rest of these. If you have other business you need to take care of, I would do it swiftly.
Lily, I don't know if I have too much else I need to do for tonight. Maybe I can. Maybe if anybody with a little too much coin on their hands might be a target, but right now I'm just going to relax. I had a long day. I feel pooped, to be perfectly honest.
All right, well, there's food in the back should you want anything.
I appreciate you very much. Do we have any pie?
No pie.
Apparently Eli sells those. I did not know this!
They're great pies.
They are!
I'll have to have you bring me one back next time you get alcohol. No, I made a roast. There's a roast in the back.
Oh, you make the best roast, You'll have to teach me your secret one day.
And she smiles with a toothy grin for real this time. But goes about doing what she's doing. And the second time she comes back through, she has no trouble taking a barrel per hand and just kind of carrying them through.
Miles and just goes to grab some of the roast and heads back to their room.
All right. Well,
That's it, as far as I can tell.
panning back over to the inn, it's around this time while you two are enjoying your meal of special quiche and potato stew that Zazel comes trekking on in.
So the door is unlocked. It's just getting the sunset, I'm guessing?
Yeah, close to it. So this would have been right around the time that they had their meal, and the sun is approaching down. So if your time is sort of limited if you're wanting to head back into the city, but
I'm gonna burst through the door. Hey, oh, cool, you got the kid eating broccoli. It's good. It's really good for you. Well, that green thing in there, I see that. Oh, crap. No, I mean, Northern Sugar. Yeah, I get that.
You lied to me?
northern sugar.
She's gonna give you the big eyes, the quivering lip.
Does it taste sweet?
Did you feed me vegetables?
I gave you eggs, but that's in all pastries.
You said the green thing is a vegetable.
To be perfectly honest, there are no green things in there because she had mentioned green.
Yeah, no. You see, you had said peppers, but not like green specifically. So
No,
I just
no,
assumed you
I
might have
was
said
thinking,
red
like-
That's character. That's player not knowing, not character.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know what? You know what, little one? That's my bad. I'm sorry. I've had a heck of a day. I met some royalty. There's some people up in the top. Both Glam and I went up there. Most beautiful woman I've ever seen. I swear to God. That was the lady that we actually saved. Gray. She's really, really important. In fact, that's why I came back. I got a question to ask you, Gray. I need your help. You helped me, and I really, really appreciate it. How would you like to make more money than you could imagine? Here's a taste of it. I'm gonna take 25 gold out of my pocket, put it on the table. That's your cut. You saved my life, so I was able to save that lady's life. Her family's fucking rich, man. They're rich.
I'm gonna look at the money that you just placed on the counter, and then like wide-eyed look over at Eli, and then back to the money, and then to you. I just poured drinks. I didn't do much.
Nah, man, no, you're more than that. I know what you did. I will not say anything, I promise you. But I know that I'm still here because of you. I've seen that spell countless times. My coach has cast that on me several times when I got knocked out.
My mock coach.
I know what it is.
Eli.
It's all your decision.
Look, regardless of your answer, this 25 is yours. You saved my life. You deserve it. I have another idea, another mission given to me by Magister Liana Corvi. Gave me a mission. There's a huge cut. I want you to be part of it.
I don't know. Who else are you bringing?
I opened my big mouth. The person that was with us before is to come along as well. They did their part, kind of, in the fight, but honestly, Gray, you're the one I can really count on.
Gasp.
I mean, I guess that you could use the money here in the tavern, especially with I think it's gonna probably be slower after the announcement.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot slower next season.
But, one, that's money you earned, not money for the tavern.
Eli, I can't not. Gray is going to reach over and like push half of it towards Eli, at least.
No, that's, once again, money earned by you.
But taking care of me all this time, please, Eli. It won't feel right if you don't take some of it. We messed up part of the tavern today.
Kid, you work until your eyes are literally closing standing up. Constantly. You've done more than enough.
I will take a few more of the coins back that I push towards him, but I'm going to stubbornly leave the rest on the counter. And put that in my pocket.
Oh man. I'll be honest with you, Eli. You raised a good kid here. He just needs a little bit of more oomph, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oomph. Sure, we'll go with oomph.
Oh, okay. I mean, will it be before I accept anything? What is this job, and why do you think I would be particularly helpful? I did like the most minor of healing, you know.
That's more than enough, Gray. I've seen many a cleric in my day. I've been in the pits. I've damn near had my jaw broken before. I've never seen anybody be able to heal the same way that you have. We have a mine that needs to be cleared out. This is by the Corvies. They sent me specifically to go deal with this. All I need you to do is make sure I don't go down. And if I do go down, I need to make sure that you let me get back up, okay? There's gonna be more of them little short things. You know, the ones with the red caps. Not the ones with the creepy dolls, whatever those are. Yeah, they're literally, she's pretending they're eating the pie right now. It's really fucking weird.
I'm just gonna lean over. I'm just gonna. She placed one by my head while I slept.
Oh my god. I am so sorry. Look, man. I really need to be able to do this mission, and I need to do it right. This could be my big break. I could become a bodyguard for the Corby family, for their daughter specifically. So if you help me out here, I'll do what I can to help you out. All right?
Can you help me get a license?
Yeah. I don't have mine on me anymore. I kind of gave it to Glam. They're gonna help us clear the mine. They need it more than I do.
The process was a little much.
What do you mean much? Like, they just want you to be able to control your magic. You can do that, right? All right.
Divine control.
Use it intentionally. I know there's some mages out there, or sorcerers as they call them, just kind of goes wild and weird shit happens. That's really what they're kind of worried about, or, you know, you being a bad person and whatnot. But for what I've seen of you, you're not a bad person. You're just kind of reserved. What's your problem with the test?
Honestly, it just was kind of terrifying, what they do if you don't have a license. And I wasn't born here, and...
Wait, you were born here? Is in the city?
No.
So you're not... I thought outside was dangerous, right? Don't worry. Hey, I'm not gonna turn you in. I didn't say anything about you they don't know about your involvement with the Gnomes.
So, I guess that's more the real reason why I haven't tried, because I don't... Then they want to look into you more, and, I've only... Yeah, yep.
Eli, that's not your son, is it?
In a sense. Not in every sense.
Well, I have good news and bad news. I have somebody who's really, really good at faking identities. They can make one for you. Bad news is it's definitely illegal. Good news is I don't care. So, how good are you at lying? Then we'll have you
Grace
tell the
going
truth.
to like raise their hand and do like a so motion.
Then you'll tell the truth. The truth will be based on a lie, but it'll be the truth. I can help. I can't help you with that. Glam can. Glam's good at that. That's the gentleman who was in here before who had the gun.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll work with them. If I have to pay some extra gold, I don't mind. We'll get you your license that you need. Honestly, if we can forge my license over to you, that's fine. I don't want anything to do with my blood, my magic. So you can have it. I don't care.
Can I ask, why? You don't have to answer. I just,
It's a part of me that I don't really accept. I don't want to be tied to what comes naturally. I want to prove myself, in a sense.
Okay.
If things get bad enough in those mines, you might see it. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'm not gonna. If I don't need to, I won't use it.
Okay. Eli, this is okay, right?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Here, come with me for a minute, kid.
Okay.
And he gestures back towards like the back room with the kitchens.
I'll follow.
So he shuts the door. Listen, whatever's going on, this was kind of your thing before, right? Like, I know enough that whatever we fought earlier, tangentially related to you, yeah?
Yep, they definitely were. They. I don't know why they would be here.
Well, whatever the reason is, as Hazel says, there's more of them down there. That's what you're looking for, or something similar. Might not hurt checking it out. And
But no, I don't mind being here too. So.
well, you have wanted to go home, though. I mean, you've said that before.
I know.
You never know. This could help. If they're from there, maybe there's a way back for you too. Granted, I'd hate to lose my favorite and only employee, but
I mean,
I care about you, kid.
at this point, you're kind of home too. So.
Yeah. Even just for a visit, you know, might not hurt if you can make it happen.
Yeah. Okay. And Gray's going to kind of take Eli's hands in his own and then squeeze them, and before turning around and going back out and looking at Zazel, going, oh, okay, I guess I'm in.
He
Yeah!
leans down before you leave the room, and he's like, just he seems competent enough, but maybe ask the questions. He seems kind of dumb.
You got it.
Yeah, and don't worry, Eli. I'll make sure that he comes back. Your boy comes back in one piece. It'll be all right. I have a little healing magic of my own. It's very, very small, but I'll make sure that your boy comes back all right, okay?
Maybe make sure he comes back in one piece too.
I can't promise that. If he misses a hand or an arm, is that a problem?
I was
What?
talking to Gray, actually.
Oh. Yeah, I can do that.
Oh well, I was joking.
This kid's my source of revenue. Those protein shakes.
I mean, yeah, I would like to have both my arms. That's definitely the most beneficial situation.
A little punchy, you know.
This is amazing. So we are all right. We got ourselves. Let's be honest. Glam, he cast magic. They can't lie to me. I saw it, right? You saw it. They made this whole place misty.
It was more like a whole big thing of darkness.
Yeah, mist.
I don't. Sure, mist. Yep.
Yeah, perfect. See, so we got ourselves the typical trio. You know, you got yourself the fighter, which is me. They got the mage, which is Mist guy, and then we got the healer, which is you. You did a great job with that bolt, by the way. I did see. I think my mom called it a guiding bolt. I mean, my healer called it a guiding bolt. That was a really good shot. Just gotta say, giving you props.
Thanks.
Yeah. Typically, you go with 4 people, but 3 will be fine. We'll be all right.
Can I? Is it okay if I try to have her just standing by Gray again?
Oh, that's up to the DM, but I think
Go for a
yes.
stealth check again.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know if I could. I was asking.
Oh my god. I'm
You're
being
not
haunted!
You're not leaving me. You're stuck with me. 4.
Did you say 4?
Yeah, it's almost a 20. Oh.
She just
I'm
she
my
sidles up
passive
next
is
to
a
you,
16. I'm
real
sorry.
quiet, like doing her best. But like
Wait,
she
should I
does
do
it
a
all in view.
Yeah, I noticed her as well. I rolled fucking like better than what she rolled. So
Yeah, I got a 4.
I rolled a 17.
Yeah.
I love this.
That's great.
I'm just gonna like look at Laura and I'll just be like, get a little close there. Okay?
I think someone taken a liking to you.
Concerned laugh.
It's a little strange, but all right. What was your name, little girl?
Flora?
Flora. Beautiful name. You're gonna need to stay here. We're gonna do something dangerous, and we're gonna bring you a lot more of the sticky buns that you like.
No. I'm coming with you.
Nope, you can't. That's dangerous, and you're a kid.
No.
Greg, back me up here.
She could literally lift me and throw me across the spot.
That's impossible.
I do not want her to test it, but you remember she pushed the cart, right?
It was on a downhill slope. The right lever, you can move the world, as some special person said. I can't remember who it was.
DM,
Sure. Yes.
may I use, may I use, my giant's might?
Yeah. By all means. Please express to us what you do with it. I'd love to know.
What is
Okay.
this? What are you doing?
So,
I would like to know.
in front of you, while you guys are arguing about me, Flora she kind of furrows her brows every time Zazel is like, no, it was just a downward turn, until she finally just poofs and is a large creature in front of you. Still Flora, just large, her clothes are large, and she's just looking at you.
You see, if you hit the right lever, you can move anything. It was some sort of what the fuck?
Flora is now standing with her head resting on the ceiling. And Eli is still just eating potato stew. And he looks over and you hear him go, as he just like, he chokes on a bite, and then you just hear some rhythmic, and you realize he's not choking, he's just cackling.
What?
Not so little girl.
Gray, come here. Sidebar, Gray. That's not a kid. That's not a kid.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
a- That's a demon. That's a demon.
no, I'm pretty sure that's still a kid.
No. You know healing spells. You're a cleric. You can fucking, like, dispel things. Banish the demon. Do it. That's a demon.
I'm just going to, like, I do not have, like, sense good or evil or anything like that, so I'm just gonna, like, wiggle my fingers and go, it's a kid.
It's the size of a bugbear. What? No.
Question, do I know what this, like, what she just did? Would I have seen people do this before?
It's a spell you're familiar with, or something similar to a spell you're familiar with.
I've seen,
That's a demon. She's changed her size. She's way too big. I'm gonna punch it in the face.
No,
And
if you
and
punch
run.
that child, I am going to maim you.
That's not a child. That's a demon.
It's,
Look at the dolls it's carrying. They grew with it.
did the dolls grow?
Everything grows, yeah.
I hate that.
But-
Yep. Nope.
Once
Hey,
again,
magic
this is-
items will
this is
fit
magic
your.
you're familiar with, so it's not.
Yeah. No, I mean, I hate that they're bigger.
They're like the size of a toddler now.
Calm down for a second. I know what this is. I've seen spells like this used before. It's still a child. It's just a very strong for her age.
So are you telling me that we have no choice? We have to take this child with us, or she's gonna kick my butt?
Probably, yeah. Flora.
Uh-huh.
Do you wanna get
Why is your head touching the ceiling?
It doesn't fit.
Yeah, you don't fit in the building. Get outside. What are you doing?
Don't kick her out. Flora, can you just get your normal size again? I think maybe
Well, what's a normal size? This is I don't know. One person can turn into a woman. Now this person can turn into a house. I don't know what's going on here.
Can you not change your size?
No, I can't change my size.
Weird.
I mean, I got things I can do, but not that.
God, I hate it when a party member is a warehouse.
At least
Hitting like a
it's not
truck.
Gray just tried to make a joke and it just went over everybody's head.
It's not a weird gazebo.
And hitting like a
get it,
truck
yeah.
is brought to a whole new meaning.
Oh, woo! Now, I hate to say this, but she was really helpful in that fight.
She threw one rapier and missed.
She also hit.
Well, I don't remember that.
She did
All I
in
know is
fact
Probably
ra-
because
pin
you
a
were
red cap to the floor with a
unconscious.
javelined rapier.
I may or may not have been unconscious for that. Also, I'm
Yeah.
ADD. Keep that in mind.
I'm just gonna say, in character. Yeah, you were unconscious when she did that.
Yeah, that's a likely story. All right. Well, she's gigantic.
Yeah.
Why does she have weapons? Where are her parents?
That is All good questions. All great questions. Maybe ask Flora?
Hey, Biggin, where are your parents?
Biggin.
I have.
And she's gonna hold up the two massive dolls now.
These are my older brothers.
That's impossible. Those are dolls.
No.
And then
Really big dolls, but they're dolls.
No, Marcus talked to me today, and I think it's because I was with you guys.
No, that's not possible.
It is possible. He talked.
You're a mage, right? You know, I guess, what was it? Gigantic person? I don't know what the spell's called.
Gigantic person.
By the way, I play a dumb character really well.
You're
You
doing
do.
so good. I love it.
it's so good.
It's almost like I'm not playing.
He's like, I can just be an idiot, my natural self.
Time to become my natural state. A himbo.
A himbo, yes.
Become himbo.
Become himbo.
That is the
Return to
best
him,
spell.
You gain a 20 strength, but a 5 intelligence.
We're gonna see Zazel running naked through the freaking forest like He-Who at some point.
There's gonna be
Oh,
so many
God.
people. There's gonna be so many people subscribing to that. It just breaks the campaign. Yes, I'm bringing up Markiplier again. Fuck.
It's not our fault. He's a hot man, okay?
He's literally the definition of himbo. You look up himbo, Markiplier shows up.
fact.
Well, look, okay. So next year, our Patreon goal will be the pinup calendar of your characters.
Actually, that sounds really cool.
I shall
I'd be
let-
down. Except for Flora, she cannot be involved.
No, Flora's not allowed.
No.
That's jail, straight to jail.
It'll be
You can do my
Flora's
dolls. You can do my dolls, yeah.
It'll be the dolls. Yes,
They'll
that's
just be
appropriate.
pillows.
I'll expect that. Yes. Sorry, I derailed again. I'm sorry.
You're fine. Show turn small again. Just I guess let it go.
Look, I know you want to come and help, but you are the future. I can't have you getting hurt. It's too late for me. I'm already dumb.
But you're the one that fell down. I didn't fall down.
They also didn't hit you because you're a kid.
I'm small. They can't catch me.
It's not likely. If you're gonna come, I will have to protect you. There's no other option. You cannot get hit. Look, I used to protect the little ones on the street. Bad things can happen to kids. I don't want that to happen to you. I like you. I don't know why you have weapons. I don't know why your parents aren't here, but I like you.
I'll be fine. I have my brothers, and I have the person who helped me get fireworks, and I have Gray.
And she'll like
What?
tug on Gray's on your like shirt a little.
Yeah.
Been adopted.
Eli, help me out here, my friend.
I think the kid might be more capable than me, honestly.
I wasn't asking you to come. I was asking you to help me figure out what to do here, my friend, because it's not. Fuck it. Why not? All right, fine. All right, kid, you can come along.
Look, if there's things
If you
I
die,
know
I
is
guess
that
I'll just.
Gray will take
live
care
in
of
the
her, and she'll probably take care of you, honestly.
Great, change of plans. Make sure you take care of the kid. She needs to leave.
Okay.
All right. Well, not what I expected, but I guess we got 4. We need to head out now, or they're gonna close the gates.
I feel like I still feel like shit, and I have a bed here. Maybe we just wait till morning.
Eli, you got another cart?
Why do you want a cart?
No, I have one cart.
You had one cart. I don't know where it's at. I left it with Glam, and they
Glam's
probably
supposed
gambled.
Wait, isn't Glam supposed to bring it back?
I would hope so, but
That was what
Maybe.
we
maybe.
asked.
I don't know if they will bring it back or not. Maybe. Can you trust Glam?
I have utmost faith that Gur would ensure my cart returns.
But it's sure you have the utmost faith in Gur, but do you have the utmost faith in Glam?
I have faith in Glam's fear of Gur.
All right. Well, I'm
Good shot.
exhausted. I've gotten my butt kicked today. I'm ready to go to bed.
Would you like to stay here?
Honestly, it's probably better than the barracks. At least this smells like home.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'll take the spare bedroom. Kid can sleep with you. You're not allowed in my room, and I'll point over to the kid. Not happening.
She's just gonna like give you like this sort of like meh kind of face, like she doesn't want to go into your room.
Good. That's exactly how I want it. No kids. I still can't believe. Why was your head touching the ceiling? Yeah, all right. We're gonna fight one day when you become of age, and I'm allowed to punch you in the face. All right?
I'm gonna kick your butt.
I highly doubt that.
My money's on Flora.
Yay!
I mean- Oh, come on. Have you not seen a single one of my fights? I've taken down guys twice my size, several times.
But with that logic, I've not seen your fights, and I've not really seen her fights, and you're twice her size, so you know.
Well, no, not until she transforms. Then she's twice my. That's not the point. I cannot, in good conscience, punch a kid in the face. But the moment you turn 18, it's on.
Oh, goodness.
It'll be happy birthday, fist to the face.
Comedian who did that to their kid.
Happy birthday to you. Pop pop.
She said, happy birthday to the ground.
I'm a big part of your system.
It's 2 for flinching? Question mark.
Well, yes, so Eli secures you all rooms. Well, I guess the rooms are, on Gray since they refuse to keep all the money. But...
Yep.
Yeah. Have at it. I'll make, food in the morning.
Bye.
Thank you, Eli. And then I'm just gonna look at Flora. Okay.
All right, I'll just go to bed.
Off to bed. Are the dolls coming?
Not in my room, they're not.
Great. And I will lead Flora to my now unlocked, broken lock.
Can I fix
Bedroom
that
door.
with tinkering tools?
You absolutely can. You should
Okay.
make a d20 check. Are you proficient?
I am.
Okay.
As I just sadly stare at my handle
d20
for
plus
my
dex
door.
plus proficiency on Tinker Tools.
Yeah, a 12 plus it's 14.
14? Yeah. You just reach in there and you're like, oh, this is easy enough to just chick. Little teeny bit of like glue to put back the spot to, cement weld back what you had accidentally snapped. And no trouble at all yet. The lock is fixed.
Hey, I fixed it.
Oh. You're Nandy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for fixing the door you broke.
No problem.
You can. Gray's gonna gesture to the bed and is going to there was more than one blanket on the bed, and Gray's just gonna take one of them and like go on the floor.
She's gonna set Ethan by the door, and then she'll lay in the bed with Marcus.
Yeah, good night.
Night.
All right. I think with that, my lovely intrepid adventurers, you will get a long rest, and it is the 11 of 30s, and we'll pick up here.
This was super fun.
A good session.
I apologize that we ran 5 hours of D&D with 0 combat, but
I don't mind, honestly. I really like
Yeah.
roleplay.
I also like roleplay, so I'm not upset.
I am so used to other sessions where it's almost nothing but combat. It's nice to have so much RP.
yes,
It really is.
I do like to give you guys like a world with people in it to interact with and things going on. So
Yeah.
Rambo, you're stuck with me now.
You know,
Yeah.
that's okay.
actual cryptid Flora LaBeouf. By the way, the reason she backed Flora up was because she felt guilty for feeding veggies.
And to give you a backstory on my server or on my side here at Springleaf is this character is a gnome child who does not eat anything but sugar. That's all she eats.
I eat fruits in sugar. Sweets.
Fruits imply sugar. Fructose is sugar.
And Gray just fed Flora a quiche.
Broke my heart.
Yep.
You don't know.
Oh, I know. I meant my heart, like my actual heart.
As far as Flora is aware, I gave you a tasty pie.
Yeah. I want you to know, like, most of my notes have a little gray drawn everywhere for some fucking reason.
Oh my goodness! Please distribute these notes so I can witness this beauty.
Yes, please.
All right.
He's awesome. I think you'll like him.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, this was hell of a D&D session. It was really fun.
We'll be back
That was
soon.
very fun.